And bollocks. J Walls appeared twice. Okay, so that doesn't work. Right, there we go. And there we go. Hi everyone, and we're on week 2 of our Blades in the Dark game. Ghost of a Memory, I believe is what it's called. Hi everybody in chat. Hi everyone on stream. How are we all doing tonight? Or today?
Amazing.
Not too bad.
Has your wasp nest gone away?
I think so, yeah. I think we finally got rid of it.
That's good. That's good. Right. Well, hi. I'm James Corp. I'm the hostess with the mostess. Don't shake your head. And yeah, welcome to Blades in the Dark. If you remember last week, it all went quite tits up. I'm sure someone will recap for us. But what we'll do is we'll go around the table, get people to introduce themselves and their character, and then what we do is then Monty will introduce himself, and then we will start the game. So hi again, I'm James Corp, and I'm playing Samuel Magpie Garrett, and he is a lurk, someone who likes breaking into places and robbing people of all their goods while they're asleep. But I didn't get to do it last week because I couldn't think of how to do it, but I guess this week maybe I'll have a chance to break in somewhere and steal all their goods. Fox.
Hi, I'm Fox. I am playing Meredith Blackwood, who is also known as Raven. She is a whisper from Tycheros and was formerly a professor of the supernatural. As a whisper, she can contact ghosts and get them to do things that she wants them to do, among other things.
Cool. J-Wall?
When she says whisper, it can like control ghosts.
Okay.
That's
Okay. It was a child, okay? They're unpredictable. You were mostly fine.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Mostly fine. Yes, I'm Jael. I'm playing Zavuso, yeah. Trying to think now if I'm saying my own name right. Zavuso Verochi, who is a spider. He's known as the exiled peacock because he was exiled from his home and brother tried to kill him. And yeah, as a spider, he is supposed to be a master manipulator and a devious mastermind. Supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't supposed to be.
Max?
Hi, I'm Kisor, and I'm playing a character who goes by the name of Gel. He's a disgruntled ex-military man, so who may have some problems with racism on his part.
Wow. And a reason why, or Alexis?
Hello, I am playing a character called Josef Kajuric, who is a disgraced academic and loves to experiment with corpses and blood.
Nice. And finally, our GM, Dark Liquid.
Hello, I'm Dark Liquid, or Monty, and I'll be the one that's inflicting all these terrible mishaps on them, and hopefully some good things too. Well, so yes, welcome to Blades in the Dark. So what are we doing next?
Well, should we recap last week? Someone want to recap last week?
So I mean, I can recap for a change. So so last week was a bit of a adventure. So the crew were summoned to Ulf Ironborn. He wanted them to help him offload some stuff he'd stolen from the billhooks, and he made it reasonably aggressive offer on why they should do it or not. He was also particularly interested in the Scothlander in the party, as far as he was concerned, the rest of the crew weren't worth talking to. So he spoke to the Scotlander, who's obviously, as a fellow Scotlander, the leader of the crew, and invited himself round for tea. Post that, they found out that the gear that they were shifting was a bunch of spirit essences, which are effectively bottled ghosts, sort of refined ghost spirits, which are the trade of, like, at least the unregulated trade of, is highly illegal. So they were figuring out how to get that back to their base so that they could then distribute it, or figure out a way of distributing it, with the goal of trying to make about 10 coin, which is what Ulf said it was worth, and keeping 60% of that. Oh no, keeping 40% of that, shall I say. Ulf was getting 60. And so they managed to sneak it down through the rivers and the canals down to the docks at the Gaddock railway station, where suddenly everything went a little bit pear-shaped. It looks like there were some inspections going on, and they'd been singled out for a spot check. So, they tried to show some manifest, so sort of like dodgy shipping manifests, and that didn't quite. While they had an inside man who looked at it and agreed, one of his partner wasn't as easily swayed, and he pointed out some discrepancies. At which point, Raven decided to involve a ghost that she'd previously set up just for this occasion, and this childlike ghost came in as a distraction, shooting lightning bolts and electricity out of the ghost field, and got a little bit carried away. But luckily, the group managed to make use of the distraction and escape. Using the arrangement they previously set up with the railjacks, they used a rail trolley to get their cargo back to base.
Don't forget the most important bit about the deal with the railjacks.
Yes. Tell you what, does somebody else want to fill people in on that? Yes.
Jay, well, why don't you, seeing as you were the mastermind
The mastermind.
who carried it out?
That is what I am, a mastermind, yes. Okay, so... where to start on this part of the story? Alright, so... The Railjacks wouldn't really just want to help us of their own free will. They'd want something in return. So... They're looking to form a union, it turns out. And... the best thing I could come up with to prove that we are supporting their union and that we can get the council to push for it is prove that one of the council members, who's actually not even really probably related to it at all, but it's a council member, that's all that matters, that they have a real problem. They need to get their rocks off by having a ghost scare them quite regularly. So,
Yes.
thus was born #DangerWank.
#DangerWank.
Yes. So yeah, you managed to pass off some somewhat dodgy photographs of this low-level council clerk, apparently looking like they were getting their rocks off by being stalked by ghosts, and convinced a railjack officer that these photos are totally legit and totally what I'm telling you they are. And so and he thanked you for that, and says he was he'd be using that in future to get some leverage, and you can have your trolley. And so you managed to get your stuff back to your lair. Mission done. Everything went well until the entanglements came up.
Hey, well done, James.
Yeah. And you got the crew got pretty much the worst possible scenario for the entanglements.
My fault, because I was like, Jay was rolling really badly. I should roll, and then rolled a double 6.
Yeah, which unfortunately for the entanglements was the worst one. So on a 6, the crew got a show of force, and that meant that one of the factions that are currently not particularly fond of the Talons decided that they were going to make themselves known. And in this case, it was the Spirit Wardens, a tier 4 group against our poor little tier 0s. And they decided to, while the rest of the group were out celebrating their ill-gotten gains, they raided the area and managed to take a bunch of the spirits essences that they were meant to be shifting for Ulf as part of their raid. So the crew now find themselves in the unpleasant situation of owing Ulf a whole bunch of a cut of the sales of the product that they no longer have, and also being known that around the area that they're not quite as well established as people thought, as they'd made themselves out to be, having been knocked down a peg by a major player in the city. So we begin now with the aftermath of that little disaster, and we'll see where things go. On the upside, a lot of research was done towards their ultimate goal of being able to trade this ghost memory drug, and they're almost, I believe, you're almost complete now on that research after doubling down on some long-term actions. So we'll see where it goes. So I guess, what do you want to do? What's having come back to your lair to find that it's been, at least, well, your lair, it's your direct lair itself, your quarters, considering it was secure, wasn't found, but some of the stash points that you had around side it, where you couldn't fit all of the spirit essence in safely into your lair, those are the ones that have been raided, and they've taken those that you can tell that you've been raided, and it's almost certainly the Spirit Wardens. It's unlikely anyone else would have had the clout to be able to come down here and find you guys. And you can, so as when you return back after celebrating your score and find all of your secret hidey holes hidden around the area, ransacked, you get a sinking feeling in the pits of your stomachs.
Well, I think we need to get capital, don't we? We need to raise some actual physical money, at least to pay off, or pay something off to Olaf to keep him off our fucking backs.
Yeah,
for a bit.
At the very least, he's expecting 6 coin. You might be able to blag him off with less, but he's certainly expecting some coin.
Do we want to do an unrelated job, since we're already using the spirit essence for our new product, hopefully?
Well, yeah, but we need to get. But we do need to. I think we need to get money, actual money for the at least some money to go to Olaf to at least buy him off for a bit, and then and also generate some money for the actual group itself. What do you think, oh gracious leader? What am I going to do when you're not here?
You're the leader when I'm not here,
Oh,
right?
fuck.
Well, you're the leader anyway, apparently, couldn't Ulf?
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems to be.
Yeah, we should probably do another job, as suggested. Get some money in and pay him off.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't have any particular targets in mind, then you can do some gather informations to figure out what's going on. Maybe reach out to some of your contacts, see whether they know anything that might be available for you to exploit. Or
I have a weird question. Is there some sort of radio stations or radio channels in the city?
I mean, I guess that's an interesting question. I mean, do you want radio to be a thing? Like, I think it's probably. I mean, well, maybe if there's like large towers and it's large, heavy equipment to interact with the radio, perhaps. But I think like if you're getting to the point where like portable radios are a thing, I think that's probably a definite no-no. That would break things too much, I think. Like, but I mean, what's everyone else think? Do you want to live in a world where radio exists?
When you say radio, do you mean like the wireless? Yeah, as in like music on the boxes rather than like two-way radio. Are you talking about like
radio stations,
Yes.
10 channels playing music and news? I guess news is more important.
Probably not even good enough to get music, like, because that needs a high-ish level of resolution.
Yeah, I mean, bearing in mind we're sort of pseudo-Victorian times, I think radio of any decent quality is probably a bit outside of the level of control. Also, given the whole ghost field, the fact that the city is surrounded by a massive electrical barrier probably doesn't help for radio transmissions.
So we're probably at like record players right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gramophones, definitely. That was definitely around in the Victorian areas.
It might change the game a little bit too much. Like even photograph changes the game quite a bit. But radio is.
Did you say photograph? We've got a photograph, so that's obviously a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely.
That, like, that's all right, but it's like starting to push it. And I think that personally, I think that radio is a bit too much.
That's fine. I just wanted to see how we feel about it. In that case, I would say I was just trying to see how to approach this. Should we instead then look at the newspapers and the local bars or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, you might be. I mean, the ciphers are like one of the known factions that sort of the messengers of the city that deliver secret messages or just private messages to people. They're renowned for not ever revealing the contents of the messages, but perhaps with the right offer, you might be able to intercept a message that might give you a clue onto something that's going down that you might want to involve yourselves in. Alternatively, there's you could just like hang around in find out places where other gangs hang out there yourself, listen in, see whether you overhear something that's somebody that's slipped, and go down that route.
Maybe.
I mean, ultimately, virtually everyone you talk to is going to be owned by some faction or another. So, and depending on how happy they are with the arrangement they have going on already, like they might be persuaded to switch sides or to sell their patrons out for the right price.
Here's the problem: we don't have any money.
Yes.
That is our major problem. Well, maybe we should do some small jobs to raise some capital. Maybe that would be something that we could do.
My idea was we're kind of in a very bad position, so we should try something daring and steal something very worthwhile and try to get money that way.
Yeah, the one thing you are high in at the moment is reputation. So, if you can double down on your rep, try and get known, you'll get more people coming to you potentially. So,
who uses this spirit gel stuff? Who uses it? Who would have the stockpile of it?
What if you wanted to steal more spirit essence? Well, you know that Ulf stole this from the billhooks. Why the billhooks had it, you don't know. There's other valuable materials similar to this that you may want, like Leviathan blood, for example. But otherwise, people who would have spirit essences, probably the spark whites, where they're using it for rendering electroplasm for their electrical experiments. Spark whites are pretty tough.
Yeah.
The Dimmer sisters probably have a lot. they're well known for being involved in the occult. Also, the location of like their house, like where it's rumored that they never leave, is well known. Like, it's also well known that you should stay the hell away from there if you're. But you could try a raid on the Dimmer Sisters and take whatever you can grab. I mean, of the other groups you know about, they're probably there's groups that definitely dislike the trade of spirit essences, which means they may or may not have confiscated some from elsewhere. Like the reconciled will not be happy about spirit essence trade of any kind. And there's a good chance if they've heard about what you did, they may not be particularly pleased about you, since you're furthering the trade of it effectively.
You also destroyed it.
Well, yes, that's true. Like, so the Hive might be interested as well. I mean, they're a group of sort of merchants that have a kind of an underground network of illegal trades that they're in control of. So they may be dealing with it and transporting it around. Other than that, I mean, anyone in theory may have it. It's an illegal good, so it's worth something to somebody. So there's going to be people everywhere that potentially that are going to try and get hold of it, smuggle it in or out of the city, doing deals with it. To find a specific instance of it, you're going to have to do some research.
So I'm looking at the sheet, and we already have a -1 with the billhooks. Does that possibly mean if we piss them off even more, they're going to go after us?
I mean, at -3, you'll be at war, and they're explicitly come for you. On a -1, it means that if you go on a mission and they happen to be also interested in what's going on, they'll probably try and fuck with you guys. Like, but they're expecting you to do the same to them. On a -2, they'll probably go out of their way to screw you guys. Like if they hear that you're doing a mission, even if it's not related to something they're interested in, just the fact that you're doing it, screw you. We're gonna mess up your score. But they're expecting you to do the same to them as well. So they're not necessarily out to get you at the moment, but they're not your friends.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea, but it may be for something later down the road, right? What we could try and do is we could try and get on friendly terms with these people that don't like spirit essence, and basically convince them that we have a way of destroying it, and then they give us spirit essence.
Yeah, maybe once we have good relationships.
Yeah, I mean, you could reach out to the reconciled. I mean, perhaps they potentially would be interested in the product you're trying to create, because the reconciled are a group of ghosts that haven't gone feral, basically. And if you're planning on selling memories to ghosts or experiences to ghosts they can't otherwise get, then perhaps they'll be interested in that, or perhaps they'll be massively offended and want to destroy it. Who knows? We got to play to find out. So.
My vote be to raid the Dimmer Sisters and see if they have some spirit essence, if we want spirit essence. Since if they hate us, it will just turn into a -1.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't pissed them off yet, so you can piss them off a bit and then maybe do them a favour later on to balance the scales. Who knows? So
that's my idea.
Yeah. So I guess, so what do you want to do? I mean, do you want to do any kind of research up front to kind of figure out whether they got anything going on or whatnot, or do you just want to go, they're definitely going to have something, let's just go smash and grab? Obviously just smashing and grabbing is super easy, just walk up, trash the place, take whatever you can grab and leave. But if you want to do but you might not necessarily get anything amazing because you just don't know what's you don't know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But so maybe It depends what you want to do with it. Or you could do for example, you could do like a setup job where you do effectively one score that leads on to the next one, and the first score you do is to get into the Dimmer Sisters' place, or inure yourself with the Dimmer Sisters in some way, so that you can case the joint effectively, get some information, maybe get them on side, or at least get something or someone there on side, and then do another score later using the advantages you've set up in this first score to get in there. I mean, doing that obviously takes a much longer time, and you may not have the we'll only get around to running one of them this session, I imagine. But or you could just do some gather information checks and see whether you can find anyone who's interested in what's going on, what the Dimmer Sisters are doing, and wants to sell you some info.
Right, guys, what do you think we should do?
So here's my reasoning. If there wasn't a shortage of whatever we're selling already on the market, now there definitely is one. Just because we trashed so much of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to assume, and I think it's a reasonable assumption, that there's not, like, there ain't bucket loads of the thing where like Leviathan was just sloshing around and used.
No.
So we can just inflate prices, really. Or, like, especially if we steal some from another person, then we're probably the only ones who have any. And like, we can avoid getting the blame pinned on us because we trashed the one given to us by the other guy, so we'll just pretend it was that.
I don't think Spirit Essence is that rare, though, that we can just do that.
I mean, it's made from ghosts, and ghosts are illegal. So generally, they're destroyed rather than allowed to be rendered down into Spirit Essence. So there's a rarity in terms of free access to it. Like, it's a controlled substance. Like, the Sparkwights can get access to it relatively easily because they're working directly with the government to get it. But, like, if someone wants to experiment with it in their basement, like, no, that's just not going to happen. So it's probably as available as, like, a highly controlled, like, illegal drug, for example. It's so there's a reasonable availability of it, but with it comes a high risk as well. So and you've just effectively cleared at least a portion of the market in Coleridge, which is where the bill hooks were operating this particular, where all of this stuff was stolen from. So
we'll have to go elsewhere to get some more. Yeah, is that what you're thinking?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, one people, like, the people you know will definitely have some are the Sparkwights. The Sparkwights, if I recall,
What, the ones that stole it from us? Yeah.
No, well, they probably have some. Yeah, they probably have your stuff if they didn't destroy it. And the thing is, since they probably use Spirit Essence to make electroplasm to destroy ghosts with, there's a good chance they just have stashed it somewhere. Going up against the Spirit Wardens, especially since they were the ones that trashed your stuff, would certainly earn you a lot of rep because they are way higher tier than you, and but it would be tough.
But could we go after one of their members? Like, after one of their general, like, not a general, but like a lieutenant or something, and fucking, like, you know, and try and get the info of where our stuff has been stashed or whatever. And
yeah, sure, you could try and find it out. I mean, because they're a tier 4 gang, and they're also, one of their things is that all of their members are secret. Like, they all wear masks. They're not nobody knows who they are. Finding that information is going to be hard, but not impossible. And if you're looking for just one guy, any guy who's a Spirit Warden, then sure, go for it. You could try and grab hold of a Spirit Warden. The fact that if you managed to get hold of a Spirit Warden, any Spirit Warden, and it was known that you grabbed hold of one, like, that would earn you a lot of rep. it would also piss off the spirit wardens even more. So, and you're already at -2.
Right, so that
Yeah,
will put
I
us.
feel like it might put us to war.
Okay, all right, we won't do that then.
I mean, being at war has some advantages, but not many. Mostly the negatives. So.
Like, the reason why I suggested the Dim Assisters was hopefully, even if anything we mess up, it won't have too many repercussions compared to, like, if we mess up with the Spirit Wardens, then we're kind of stoked for trouble.
Don't have any answers, like at least no easy ones. Kind of in a tight spot, just like, well,
Yeah. I mean, the other thing is we don't necessarily have to go straight into a score. Is there anything your characters want to be doing? Like we can.
Well, we need
stuff.
we need to get money. I think we need to get money. I think somehow we need to get money. So
No, I think what Monty said, like, could we like do in like rolls to try and figure things out before we decide for one thing?
okay, all right, sure.
Yep, we can definitely do that. So, let's see. So you want to do some gather information stuff.
Sure.
So, how are you going to do that, basically? What is it you're going to try and... what's the basic gist of how you're doing some gather information?
Do we all do it separately then, or is it as a group we're doing it?
You can do it separately. I mean, you can each go out and reach out to your individual contacts and stuff. So it's up to you really whether you want to do it as a group or whether you want to do it individually.
I was thinking of scouring the newspapers for information.
Okay, cool. So, okay, so that kind of sounds like it's a study roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so make me a study, and we'll see how it goes. I mean, I guess you're not necessarily doing anything particularly crazy about studying newspapers, so I guess it's like just a controlled standard effect. The first one of the evening.
It's starting off well. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you don't really find anything in newspapers. There's not a lot of if there's anything big happening, the news hasn't got hold of it yet, or they're suppressing it. You can try and reach out to some reporters maybe directly and see whether or not they have something specific that they're holding back. Try and maybe hang out at a bar that the ink rates hang out at and try and overhear something. But this like just looking at the newspapers isn't going to get you very far.
In that case, could I maybe do a concert roll to try and over-listen to a bar, presumably somewhere where I used to hang out with Ballista? Maybe I can hear some rumors.
Yeah, give me a roll on that then.
I'd say that's still controlled. I'm not really getting out there.
Yeah, that you're hanging out with. Potentially, you're hanging out with a place, not necessarily with, but at a place where you were seen with someone who also doesn't particularly like you anymore. So we'll say it's risky.
Okay.
Just in case you've got a bit of a bad rep now.
Wow, good rolls.
Oh, risky. Nice. So, yeah, so again, yeah, people are clamoring up around you. Like, so the only thing you do here is that, like, people seem to want to stay away from the Talons at the moment. Something is happening, or has happened, or is going to happen that involves the Talons, and you don't want to be seen talking to them. So,
So everyone's avoiding me. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll relay that to everyone else just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess what you do learn is that the people putting this out, like at least the people you've overheard talking about this, they looked like they were members of the Crows.
Mm.
It didn't look like they necessarily had a problem with you, but it looks like, you know, they've heard that other people do, and if you don't want to get involved in that drama, you know, stay away from them. So,
Does anyone else want to investigate the crows? Maybe.
I mean, if they don't have a problem with us at the moment.
What's your definition of investigation?
I mean, I'd say I still go with it. It's like it depends how like a concerted effort you're doing to investigation, really. But I mean, I'd say it's, you know, otherwise if it's a relatively, as long as you're not spending like, you know, weeks putting together papers and following clues and stuff, then it's like it's just a straight up gather information. If you're making a more concerted effort to like question
That's
people.
not what I meant.
Oh, I see.
I'd like to like if we learn that the crows obviously, well, they've got a problem because, you know, our namesake is too similar to theirs and they get bitchy about that. But
Yeah,
I'd like to make a I'd like to like look into their just, you know, not actually physically going there, but well, yeah, probably physically going there, but just staying in the shadows without them hopefully noticing me, because, you know, I am good at the whole like staying in the shadows type thing.
yeah, that's a good point though. While they don't like have a problem with you per se, they also don't like you. I mean, you're -2 with them at the moment just because of like your branding. So yeah, they're not particularly fond of another bird themed gang operating in Duskwall. So they're probably screw with you guys. I mean, hell, maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's what the shit talking is. Maybe there is nothing going on, and they're just shit talking you to make sure that people don't work with you guys.
All right. Okay, I won't do that. I'm gonna go to my contact in the police in the blue coats and see if there's anything of interest there.
Okay, cool. So what you're asking? What is it, Dharma?
Yeah, just to find out what, you know, where the blue coats are concentrated and stuff, like if there's anything that's coming. I don't know if there's such things as museums and stuff like that. I'm just, you know, just trying to get a bearing of what's going on.
Yeah, well, he says, yeah, okay, give me a roll. They say it's a consort roll because your contacts.
Oh, at least I got a dice in that.
Yeah. So where are you meeting him?
At a cafe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you keeping it on the down low, or
down low.
Yeah.
It's just like two people just meeting
Mm-hmm.
to have a cappuccino or something
Yeah.
on the beautiful, not sunny day that we're in.
Yes. And the beautiful, not quite so foggy twilight. Yeah.
Right, watch this roll be absolutely crap. So what is it? Is it risky, controlled, desperate?
I'd say it's probably controlled. I mean, it's no, it's probably risky actually. Your people have been shit talking you, and you're being seen with a blue coat. But so we'll say it's risky.
Right.
Risky standard effect.
Standard. Bonus dice. No bonus dice. Unless I want to take stress. Fuck it. Oh, 4. Is that...
4. That is good. Okay.
Hey!
Hey.
Thank God.
So. Yeah. So you've been asking him if there's any basically potential jobs or scores going around.
Yes.
So.
But not in those words, probably.
Yeah. In obviously a roundabout, like, you know, not hint, you know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of way.
Say no more. Say no
Yeah.
more.
So he says, yeah, I might have something for you. And he goes, he says the red sashes are well, they heard about this little mishap that with some disappearing spirit essences in the that the billhooks were shifting, and well, you know the sashes, they're into that kind of thing. So yeah, they're looking to take over some of their turf, potentially try and push some of their own stuff in its place. Since they're gearing up for encroaching on the billhooks turf, that leaves a couple of their places less looked after than usual. You so you might be interested in that.
Maybe, yeah, that might be at least something to go down. Do you want to go to? Should we go to intermission now? We'll see. Oh, right, it wasn't gone that long. Okay, good.
When-
Right.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Bonnie was eating a peg, which is not going to end well for her. So.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. So he says there might be some stuff that you're interested in down there. He says, all right, on the docks, I've already got a new shipment in. Looks like they're gearing up for war. So,
All right, I'll bring that back to the group as information. I mean, what we should do is when they go, we should hit them when they attack. Like when they attack this other faction, and then they'll be at their absolute weakest. Then
That's an idea.
yeah, I mean, like the your contact Dharma says that like he thinks like they're probably going to hit tonight type thing. So you've got maybe a couple of hour window where their war chest is basically not as well protected as it would otherwise be.
Mm-hmm.
However, because you got a 4, there's a consequence to this.
Right.
Which he says he's going to. I'm going to need a favour from you.
Certainly. What's the favour? You coming around for tea as well?
I heard about that with you and Ulf. That's kind of what this is about, actually. It's Ulf's been causing a lot of trouble. He's been stirring up a lot of shit with the rest of the rest of you people, like the rest of the scoffs, and they're starting to make he's causing a bit of unrest.
Mm-hmm.
And while while me and the rest of the boys are happy to crack some skulls, it's becoming a bit more of a distraction. So we need you to keep him appeased. Like, just you either put him in his place, or you give him a distraction. Because if he keeps screwing with the bluecoats, then there's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be, and if there's going to be a problem, that's going to make problems for everyone.
Yeah.
If you get my meaning.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So so he's basically he's expecting you to just make stop being so much of a problem, because it's causing like inter-gang warfare. It's causing the bluecoats problems, which is making it harder for them to then put pressure on other gangs to get their payoffs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you need to shut him up in some way or another.
Right. Is that a countdown?
Yes, I will be making a clock for that, which is Dharma needs.
What we do is we invite Ulf to tea every night to get him to calm down.
Yep, every
Yes.
night we invite him for tea every day.
That is a strategy.
He can't be angry if he's getting a full belly every night.
Yeah.
He'll really feel.
I've always
probably-
just tea. I've always literally just having tea and cucumber sandwiches, and that's it.
Chamomile. Got with nice calming chamomile tea.
Oh, Yeah.
if we
So
wanted to pour some slumber essence into the tea, I have that.
Yeah.
so last week, I didn't know that we had clocks, which is why I didn't show them. So there are some clocks there. So foghounds teach you a lesson. Okay, I don't know what that is. Spirit wardens falls to council's hand. I'm not sure what that does. Olaf enjoys tea. That's him coming around for my parents to tea. Railjack's riot for a union.
Didn't he already come down?
Who?
Didn't Ulf already come for two?
Yes, but
He's
he
got to
wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't fully satisfied,
Oh,
so
dear.
he's coming again. It's he made his presence known with Magpie's parents, and was leaned reasonably heavy on you to sort of say, I know where your parents live, I know where you live, and you're Scovs. You should be supporting the cause, and while he was appeased, by being treated nicely, he's not really got what he wants. So.
By the way, is that your dinner behind you?
That is my dinner behind me, yeah.
We should eat it. Fuck's sake, don't let it go cold.
Well, my amazing cooking skills didn't really end up producing something I was particularly happy with.
Oh.
Yeah, so I will eat it eventually, but not right now.
Not
Kind of avoiding it.
Yeah.
Sure, the whole point of cooking is you cook something. No, I'm not going to go there.
Well, the aim wasn't to make something I didn't like. It's just I rolled a 4-5 on my cook roll, and I succeeded at cooking, but with a complication of I don't like it. So
Okay.
Shouldn't have put so many points in GMing.
yeah, clearly. Right. So you have a potential score, and some information about when things are going to go down.
Right, so that's something. Did anyone else want to go do stuff as well to see if they could get something even better?
I'm satisfied.
Sounds good.
What is the thing that they have in the
Red
shipment?
sashes.
The red sashes is he doesn't know exactly what they have, but he knows that they've been gearing up for war, and they've been transferring a bunch of stuff into their a warehouse they own at the docks. So good chance that it's got weapons, probably drugs of some kind of description. Maybe they're dealing in other stuff. I mean, since they're going after the bill hooks, now that the bill hooks have been screwed over, potentially they have spirit essence because they're going to try and move into their turf using the stuff that they had stolen. Or maybe they're just going to try and exploit the fact that they're weak at the moment. He doesn't know exactly what's going on, but he knows that they're going for the bill hooks. They're going tonight, and that they've been gearing up for the part, for a couple of days now. So chances are they have a good stash there, which they're going to be using some of to go after the bill hooks with. But so they might just have straight up coin there that you can just take, assuming you can take it. But yeah, he knows that they've got a stash of stuff there. So if you guys know anyone at the docks, for example, you could reach out and try and see whether anyone knows anything more about their building or whatnot, whether there's any other entrance points. Maybe you could try and compel a ghost to do some recon for you.
I could try and talk to the ghost child again.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Go for adults.
You could just march in there and kick the door down, cut some faces off. It's like it's however you want.
Cut some faces.
Yeah, cut some faces off.
Could we? I'm trying to think how this works. Could we say something along the lines of like, I contact my architect friend,
Yeah.
and he has the plans for?
Well, you can ask him whether he has some plans or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sure. So make me a roll. You're good friends with your master architect, aren't you? So
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to this 6J wall.
Yeah, so I mean, you're kind of asking him to give you plans about a building you don't own, which is kind of like it's not, it puts him at a bit of risk. So we'll say it's risky. Standard effects.
Okay, and that'll be.
Is the guy gonna punch him or something?
Sorry.
Is the guy gonna punch him if James fails?
Probably not, but he might.
Tell the cops.
Yeah, or he might say like, you've put me in a bad position. I'm not going to be able to help you again for a while, or something like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a consort roll?
Yeah, I would say that's a consort role. Yeah, you're chummying up with a pal to try and get him to do something. So.
Go for desperate.
Yeah, yeah, you could push it to desperate. Have him get you the actual building plans or something. That's what you're going to try and go for, So.
Does anyone want to
Along
assist
with
me?
the key.
How do we assist in this sort of thing?
I mean, any of you could like show up, like, and go, like, I mean, you could just try and intimidate him. Go, like, yeah, there's like, yeah, you. I mean, you could have someone go and
I could assist and put on the lady charm.
Yeah, I mean, you could straight up seduce him if you wanted to, like, or whatever.
Algus is known to have a real problem with ladies. Like, he can't handle himself.
I'll just come along and just wiggle my eyebrows at him, and he won't be able to control himself.
Yeah. Look at my porcelain skin. Literally. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah. I'll help. I'll help out.
Cool.
Okay.
So what you're going to just be kind of. Well, you're going to try and be like eye candy / like also
Incentive.
Yeah, sort of
incentive.
Get his hopes up.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you're. Yes.
I mean, he's an architect. He's probably never seen a woman.
Wow.
Ouch.
My uncle was an architect and he did all right, so I think I'm not sure that's true.
Does that cost
It's true.
me a stress to?
One stress, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So is that's still desperate? Then I just gain a die.
Yeah. It's desperate if you're pushing for like plans and maybe even a copy of like a key for the original locks or something like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do desperate.
Yeah.
Go Team Tykeros.
Let's go. One bonus die. Please don't let me down.
Yeah. Let's not burn a contact.
Oh,
Nice. Okay, so you do it, but there's a consequence.
Yep.
So
he wants a favour.
Consequences: the architect's not getting laid.
okay.
Get the architect laid. There we go.
I think in this case it's reduced effect. So you get some plans, but he says like a lot of these buildings were built at the same time. I can't get you the plans of the exact building, but of this kind of like the buildings like this, the warehouses that are on the dock built around this time of year. That like that, I can get you the sort of the standard template for that. I can't get a key. The chances are they would change the locks anyway. So, but I've put myself in a position, in an awkward position for this. Like, I don't have a lot of reason to go digging around old plans for the docks. Most of my work is for the is in the Nightmarket at the moment. So, if someone else starts asking questions, I'm going to need a favor, okay? And it's but you've got some plans. They might not be 100% accurate, but they're better than not knowing anything about the entire side of the building. So the plans give you some basic information of what the layout is. It's technically a 3-floor house. One floor is the basement. The warehouse is like the ground floor is just like a large open warehouse area. Then it has stairs going up to an upper level, which is half warehouse, and then there's like a small office, and another room that's used for miscellaneous storage. Or at least that's what it's marked down on the plans. What it's actually used for is another matter. The basement has a couple of like different overlaid plans on it, depending on where it may be positioned. So there's a couple of different designs for basements. One is just like big empty space for storing boxes and stuff. Another one is it has like a sewage canal route through it, for helping get stuff from the docks directly into the warehouse from the basement. And then there's another one which is divided into several smaller rooms. And on that plan, it's like marks them down as looks like sort of set like their cells or something, like for storing animals, perhaps, or something like that. It's but that's what he's given you.
Okay.
We can use that.
Should we go for our first break?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a first break and then we'll go to the engagement roll, hopefully.
Certainly. Right. All right. We'll be back shortly. All right. We're back with part 2 of our Thingamabobby game. Duck Blades in the Dark game. I like my description of Thingamabobby. It's the best description ever.
Right. So, entanglement roll, I think, is what we're going for, unless anyone else wants to do anything. Has anything else they want to do first?
No.
Right, let's entangle
I
them.
don't think so, anyway. No one else wants to do anything, do they, before we go ahead?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Just looking forward to the part where you can hit stuff.
And when I say entanglement, I mean engagement roll, because that's the actual term for what we're talking about. Entanglement comes afterwards.
Immediately,
Yeah.
straight to the end.
Yeah, you know, we all know this is going to fail. Entanglement, no.
Wow.
Okay, so engagement roll. So first of all, let's quickly see what bonuses you have. So you're going to start with the 1 dice for sheer luck. So is this operation particularly bold or daring? I mean, I would say probably yeah. I mean, you're going against a reasonably well-established gang who are gearing up for war, and you're going to just take their stuff when they're not looking. I'd say that's pretty daring. So give you an extra die for that. Is it particularly complex or contingent on many factors? Not particularly. Well, at least as far as you know. It's as far as you know, they're mostly buggering off to go beat up some billhooks. So you can just waltz in when they're light on guards and take what you want. You don't think there's anything else happening at the same time, so I think that's fine. So I guess you need to decide what the detail is, because this is clearly like it's clearly an assault plan, right? Or are you doing or are you going to try and do a more of a stealth thing? I mean, I guess like what angle are you taking for this engagement? Are you going to try and sneak in and steal stuff unseen, or are you just going to like break some faces and take some stuff? Yeah, yeah. The cutter knows what he wants to do. Yeah,
The cutter knows what he wants to do.
So what do you want to do then?
I'm inclined to say sneaky, because you didn't really get to do too much of your sneak stuff last time. James.
Yeah?
Definitely sneaky, but violent sneaky.
How does that work?
You're sneaky, but if you get caught, you're wreck face.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
I mean, you're the lurk. You could sneak in, set like allow the others in so they're not noticed, and then everyone get
Wreck face from inside.
Yeah. You suddenly you've got
good.
the upper hand. You've got the surprise.
Sure, we'll go with that. That sounds very interesting.
Okay, so it sounds like while it's going to be an assault, ultimately the initial entry point is via a stealth. So I guess how are you going to infiltrate this building? I mean, potentially it has some kind of sewer access.
Well, potentially there might be a roof access as well that they might not be so alert on, because it is a warehouse, and there's got to be skylights because it's a warehouse, and there's always how does Batman get into the warehouses all the time? Skylights.
Yeah, almost certainly there are skylights, just because there's so much like smoke and stuff from various things people do that having a way to let it out is pretty important. And a lot of all of the buildings, like everywhere, are all quite tightly packed. So getting onto the roof is relatively straightforward. So yeah, okay, so we'll go with the roof. So yeah, so the plan is for you to make a rooftop entrance, basically sneak around to like a door or a window or something to let others in, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then maybe slit some throats while you're there. You know.
Yep, that's the plan.
Cool.
Maybe they'll be asleep as well. Maybe some will be asleep.
Maybe, yeah.
But we don't want to kill people, though, do we? Because that's bad.
That is bad. Yes, killing people causes problems.
Morally, or
But-
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the morals are up to you whether it's bad or not. But in terms of hard consequences, it will bring more heat down on you, and it will potentially bring the spirit wardens down on you, because they'll eventually see that the Deathstalker crows have will circle above where all of this death has happened, and they'll come to collect the bodies to make sure that they don't rise as ghosts. So however, maybe you want the spirit wardens to come. So it's but yes, there are consequences to killing people. So there's less consequences if nobody knows you've done it, like but there's still consequences.
So, what would be the process of turning a ghost into spirit essence if we killed somebody and they became a ghost?
That's a good question.
Research, I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
probably. Like, you'd have to do some research to figure it out, what the exact process is. Like, you know how to use ready-made spirit essence, but
How do we turn someone that we've killed into spirit essence?
yes.
Would be the research that we'd want to do.
That sounds like research I'd be doing.
Yes.
Yep. Cool. Okay, so engagement. So does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target, or does it hit them where they're weakest?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance nobody's checking the roof that much. So it's and the way that you're doing it, like, you know, trying to infiltrate to the roof. I would say, yeah, they don't necessarily have any special defenses or preparations against it, I would have said. So I'd say you get an extra dice for that. So far, you're on 2 extra dice. So that's 3 dice in total. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight? Yes, we've already got the plans, so totally. So you're on 4 dice. Are there any enemies or rivals interfering in the operation? Not that you know of. So we won't take you any dice. Are there any other elements that you want to consider? I mean, they are a higher tier gang, so potentially you might feel that
Can I just point?
costs you a dice.
But it does say you are not affected by. So I've got infiltrator. You are not affected by quality or tier when you bypass security measures.
Yeah, I mean, that's specifically when you're bypassing measures. But considering the entanglement is for you to bypass a bunch of stuff and just get straight into the action, I'll count it for that. So sure, we won't count.
Did we count the map?
Yes, we did count the map.
Mhm.
Okay.
So so basically you're on 4 dice,
Right. Okay.
which is a pretty good going for an engagement roll. So, the next, so the final thing to decide is what your load's going to be. I mean, since you're going in potentially for an assault, you might want to consider going in heavy, but
Do all of us need to decide at this point, or just James?
yeah, you need to decide. Well, anyone who's going to be involved in this score in any way should decide what their load is now.
Right. Fine lock picks. They don't count towards my load. Just so you know.
Cool.
I'm going to take the shadow cloak as well, so that it's easier for me to move around without them noticing me.
Well, you don't need to decide your items right now. It's just
Hang on, he
Yeah.
just said that we had to decide our load.
No,
I'm
load
confused.
is a 3, 5, or
Load,
6.
not items.
Yeah, you don't need to decide which items you have, just how many items you're allowed to
Okay.
have.
All right.
So if you want to be like light, for example, then you can pick. That means like as the score's progressing, you can just say, "Yeah, well, I have this," but only up to 3 times. But if you were to pick heavy, for example, you could do it up to 6 times.
What do the lights do? What do the loads do? I mean,
Well, basically, when it comes to dealing with the fiction. So say like you're trying to sneak past someone, if you said your load is heavy, you're really loaded down with a whole bunch of stuff, like in tools and equipment and stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say, yeah, you're like the consequences, like it's going to be risky for you to go to sneak past these guys because you're jangling with so much heavy stuff.
I think I'm going to be
It's,
going in. I think I'm going to go in light then, because I
Yeah.
think everyone else will perhaps be running a distraction, which gives me a chance to sneak around and find the good stuff. If that makes any
Cool.
sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, being alert, light is often your go-to load. Not always, but often. Yeah. Cool. So what's everyone else going on?
I'm gonna go on a normal medium.
I'm going to go heavy because I'm expecting we're gonna fight people at some point.
If you're going heavy, I have to go heavy.
Yeah.
I'm
can't
going on
be
light.
outdone. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how it works.
Cool. Right. So I guess someone should roll this engagement roll.
Who wants to roll?
Who wants to be responsible?
I
No,
think you
no, I'm
luckier than you guys. So it's 4 dice, right?
Yeah, 4 dice. Yeah.
Let's do my untested luck.
Oh,
Oh dear.
4 ones. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Oh,
Holy
I
crap!
told you. I told you. This is like the anti-D&D. Every time it's like something that's not art, I get it like lower than 9. Now it's just 4 6s in a row.
Okay.
you can
So-
keep rolling dice for us, please.
Forever.
Okay. So yeah. So you get up through the skylight. You manage to and as you're casing the joint, you manage to see that the upper floor, it's got it looks like the small office that you saw on the plans is still an office, but the storage room is like a set of bunks, and you see 4 red sashes asleep in there. It looks like they're still wearing their clothes, so it looks like they're kind of ready to get up at a moment's notice, but it looks like they're taking like they're the off shift. You don't set them off though. You manage to sneak down the stairs, and you see that there's 2 guards down there. They seem kind of basically bored at the moment. It looks like they're playing a card game in the corner. They don't hear you. You manage to get down, and you find at the back of the warehouse a rear entrance. You manage to look through it. Like there's like a little sliding peephole there. Doesn't look like you've got a guard on the like stood outside it at the moment. And you're like from the inside, you don't need to unlock it. It's got like a latching door, so you can just open it from the inside. So we'll say at this point you're in a controlled position for letting people in. Basically, you can open the door. It's like this. It's like without alerting anyone. Standard effects type thing.
All right.
Basically, you just lurked the shit out of this and managed to get sneak through the whole building because of that engagement roll and just rocked it.
So I'll obviously I'll start letting them in then, and I will, as they come in without saying a word, I'm going to go 2 on this level, 4 upstairs asleep, whatever, however.
Yeah. You'll do some thief sign language type thing, and yeah. So yeah, I mean, given the controlled situation, that there's a guard probably circling the warehouse, but he's on the opposite side at the moment, and so the rest of you managed to sneak through the back. Well, actually, make me a roll first, and we'll see whether how well this works in the controlled.
Who's rolling?
Well, it's your luck. You created this situation, I guess. So you can do the roll on it.
Okay.
I mean, I guess in this case, like the action is it's more of a survey because you're basically just trying to make sure that nobody's, you're keeping an eye out to make sure nobody's like going to come around the corner any second. So.
Okay, well, I've only got one in survey, so am I getting assist at all?
I'll assist you.
Yeah. So how are you assisting, Peacock?
I'm also surveying.
Okay, cool. So you've like opened a little shutter or something, and you're kind of like you can see each other like across the street, sort of from an alley and whatnot, and you're both kind of like looking around. Okay, nice.
Yep. And that doesn't cost me any stress because of my special ability.
Yeah, because your special ability. Nice.
I remembered this time.
Yeah. Okay, so I mean, you could take a devil's bargain if you want.
Why would I take that?
Well, to give you an extra dice, basically.
Can't I take 2 stress and give myself an extra dice?
Or you could take 2 stress and give yourself an extra dice. Yeah.
How much stress are you currently on?
None, because I burnt it all last week.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for
can
it.
help. Like,
Only one person can help, though, can't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get one person in an assist. So.
All right, so I'm doing a survey roll. So I've got 2 additional dice on top, yeah?
Yes, with your stress and your.
Is it
assistance.
risky?
Yeah.
Is this risky or controlled?
It's controlled.
Okay, controlled.
So if you fail, you can just not let people in. You can not signal them over.
Right, effect is standard, limited.
Yeah, standard. Yeah.
Okay, and I've got 2 bonus dice. Oh, please God, please let there be a God. Oh, fuck you.
Okay, so on that roll, because it's controlled, you realise like just as you're about to beckon people over, you catch a glimpse of the guard coming around the corner, and you can say stop.
Yep.
Or you can take a risky action and go, like he's still not round the corner yet. There's a good chance he won't see him if you get him in quickly. So you can make it risky, and try and open it. But the thing is, because the main risk isn't so much that he'll see them, but because you're hurrying now, you might slam the door a bit and someone will hear. So you can escalate it to risky if you want.
Hang on. I've accidentally come out of roll 20 and it's not loading up.
Well, okay. The roll was so bad it kicked you out of roll 20.
you could just choke him.
Yeah, I mean, you could just
Wreck its face.
yeah, just kill this guard or hurt him enough that he can't stop you.
The gods of dice and games seem to favor me more than they do James.
Yeah.
Anybody else for that matter.
And just to visualize, right now it's only Magpie on the inside, right?
Yep, it's Magpie on the inside, and the rest of you are in an alley, waiting to get in.
I could just wait for him to just pass and then beckon them over.
Yeah, you could. You can totally just wait. If that's what you want to do.
I have a suggestion. Could I do a flashback and have prepared a stun rod to give Magpie?
Yes, you could totally do that. Yeah. I mean, stun rods are just something you have in your standard kit, right?
Is it?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
There's subterfuge supplies. No, that's subterfuge.
I would count this as maybe a gadget or an unusual weapon. Both could work.
Yeah, if you want to say like an unusual weapon, yeah, you can mark off a load and then give it to.
Is it me that's got a load or what?
No, I'm going to mark a load, and but you're carrying it right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, technically, you have to mark a load too because you're now carrying it. So yeah. I mean, I guess James, you marked the loads, and Alexis, you don't because you've given it to somebody else. So,
all right, an unusual weapon. Shh. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help you give another dice if you go risky and just choke him.
Do I want to though? What am I using to? What would I be using to take him out?
So basically, you could wait for him to pass the door, for example, and then quickly open it, stun him in the back, and then drag him inside.
What would that be? Finesse, prowl,
Um,
skirmish, wreck?
it's probably closer to skirmish, but I guess like you pitch what you think works for me. Like, I mean, he's not expecting it, so like, I mean, I guess, proud doesn't really seem like it's quite the right thing, but maybe finesse might be, because it's kind of a
ambush.
subtle movement.
Hang on, but yeah, no, but it does because it says ambush with close violence, a backstab, a throat cut, a blackjack.
Oh no,
etc.
prowl. Yeah, prowl's definitely it then. Yeah, so use prowl. Yeah, that makes totally sense.
Sure. So I'll wait for him to just pass the door,
Yeah.
and I'll open. And I'll have the door just ajar. Maybe I've oiled the hinges so it doesn't squeak when I open it. And then I'll pull the door open and just tap it. Just hit him on the back with this, or on the neck, or the exposed neck part with this stun baton thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So let's say it's still risky.
Okay.
Because we're escalating it as a result of your last roll.
Okay.
But given you've got the stun, let's say it's great effect if it takes off. So
It was already because of the fine cloak, though.
and it's already so in fact it's extreme effect.
What's
yeah.
extreme?
The effects of this basically.
Why?
So because you've got your shadow cloak, which basically means that someone spotting you or anything is going to be much harder. So I'm bumping your effect up to great.
Yeah.
But because you've got the stun ward as well for taking this guy out,
Oh.
we're going to bump you up from great to the next one, which is extreme.
Right. Okay.
So that means it's going to go incredibly well. It's really going to pay off if you
It won't though, because it'll just be a
Yeah.
boatload of ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could optionally reduce your effect to have an extra to increase the safety of your position. But
No, let's see what extreme does.
yeah.
Right, bonus dice.
So how much? So on prowl, you're on
2
what
dice.
are you on? 2 dice. So you could take a devil's bargain. You could push yourself for stress.
What
you
does
could
the
have someone assist you.
What does the devil bargain do?
So a devil's bargain is basically you'll get an extra dice or increased effect. I mean, in this case, it's what you may as well just do extra dice because there's no point in increasing the effect anymore.
Mhm.
But there will be a guaranteed
Did I do a risky?
complication of some kind.
Did I do a risky
Yeah.
test, by the way?
This is going to be risky.
What
The,
was
the one you did before was controlled.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
I'm definitely helping. Like,
How are you helping?
grabbing his face, like
Oh, right. So you're going to leap in and grab him like by the face or something. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. So yeah, we'll have it. So you can have an assist. You mark a stress, and so that puts you on 3 dice now with your prowl and the 1 bonus. If you want to take a devil's bargain, then
What does it
Are
do?
you- so basically you get a guaranteed dice.
Yeah.
But there's also a guaranteed like complication of some kind.
No, then I don't
So-
want to take that because
Yeah. I mean, the complication isn't necessarily now. It
Yeah.
might be later. Like I might say that, yeah, because you do this, like maybe someone spots you later
No,
on.
I'm
Someone
just
who
gonna-
talks and you get some more heat.
I'm
You know,
just
who
gonna
knows?
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna burn 2 more stress and give myself another bonus dice.
Cool. So that's 4 dice you're rolling.
please.
4 1s, 4 1.
I should have been the one rolling. I already know it.
Shit.
Hey!
Cool. So
Oh,
yeah, straight up success. So
Ooh.
yeah, so you do exactly what you set out to do. You're like, you've got the door slightly ajar. As he's about to go around the other corner, the Gale comes out and just grabs him by the mouth so he can't scream, and you smack him around the back of the head with your stun rod.
Yes. Grabbing him
And-
like cheeky blicky blood.
Yeah.
I decided that he's from a region of Scotland that's like Russia.
Yeah. Yeah, and you manage to you catch him as he falls so he doesn't make any noise, and then you drag him inside and beckon the others in, and the rest of you can sneak in.
All right, we're in.
Oh, that was a stressful roll.
Yeah.
This game's stressful.
So you're in this little corridor. That's
Do I get an XP for that? Because it was
no,
risky.
it's only for desperate that you get XP.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you make things even more risky next time, then sure, you have some XP. So yeah, there's definitely like a mechanical bonus for you taking extreme risks, but obviously the penalties for taking extreme risks are quite high. So cool. So yeah, you've managed to secret yourselves away into this little corridor at the back of this warehouse. As you saw before, the warehouse is full of crates and stuff. There's lots of like little corners and stuff for you to hide in. And from where you are, you can't actually see the other guards that were playing the card game, though you can hear them. You can see kind of like the flickering of like an oil lamp that's giving like on their table, that's giving them enough light to play cards. They're speaking in like a foreign language. It's Eruvian, so which I mean you'll all be able to recognise as Eruvian, but chances are only the Eruvians among you like know exactly what they're saying. And if you know, listening,
Our Eruvian isn't here.
yeah, it's but the it's like what you want to do. You've got this knocked out Eruvian on the floor. You could rifle through their clothes and steal their stuff, or you could just leave them down here. It looks like he's certainly not going to wake up like today. It's like, you have given him a nasty smack on the hairs. If he wakes up at all, like that's there's a good risk he might not wake up.
Oh, really?
Like ever. So yeah.
But it's like a coma.
Yeah, it's like a coma.
Okay.
Like potentially you put him in because you managed to smack him so hard, and the effect of the stun rod itself and the shock of the ambush it's just pushed him into a very deep unconsciousness. So
We don't care about this nobody though.
well, no.
Do we want to since we're still silent, do we want to try and steal things first and then wreck?
Steal things, and if we need to wreck stuff, then we will. But if it's not necessary, like maybe we'll just wreck on our way out, like blow up the door or something.
Yep, that's my hopes, that we can steal things first.
Yeah. So from inside the first floor of the warehouse, the ground floor, should I say? This little corridor you're in has like a hatch in the floor, which presumably leads down into the basement. But that hatch is in front of the open area between the stairs and this corridor, which you can see the rest of the warehouse floor in. And there's a bunch of boxes and stuff, and there you can just see the other two guards that are in here in the corner playing cards by in the lights. It's relatively dim where you are, but there's an element of risk if you step out. So, what do? You didn't just come to sit with an unconscious guy in a corridor.
No.
So, what's going on?
I have
Well,
shitty survey, so it's not like I can look for things.
Well,
I would like to lawyer up something. Since the effect was so great,
Yeah.
maybe we've found the perfect place to hide them.
Yeah, sure. Given how well things went, you've got just where the sort of the corridor ends and it opens it out into the main room. There's a large stack of crates right there that you can sneak behind and hide some. Like if you want to put the body there, then you could hide that sort of behind some crates where it wouldn't easily be found unless someone was looking for it.
That's
Before we stash the body, would you say are they all wearing a type of uniform?
I mean, it looks like they're just kind of wearing normal clothes, but you can tell that they've all got like a red sash, is on as well. They kind of marked them out as we're
The
red
red
sashes.
sashes,
Yeah. It's like it's clear they're clearly sort of like they're not just here to just be guards. They're also kind of here to like make sure people know that this is Red Sash territory type thing.
So, what suggestion?
One of us ought to take that and wear it.
Yeah.
Right, well, I won't.
Yell looks at all of you and just looks at the sash, looks at the person knocked out, and just
Yeah, none of you look very Eruvian.
yeah, like a bit of a cringe as well. Like,
I mean, I might split off and just start looking round to see, trying to find valuables that we could basically mark. Well, I can mark where valuables are. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, you can start opening crates if you're careful and quiet to look inside them, see what they've got.
With regards as to who should wear the sash, it definitely shouldn't be Raven or Peacock, because Peacock kind of stands out very obviously as Taroki with the crazy hair, and Raven is
I just dyed it,
so. Raven is just basically too white.
As an Akaros, would I not stand out? I could probably wear it then.
yeah, you're not dark enough, probably. But
Yeah, I mean,
it's better than like the rest of us.
No, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say I've got some boot polish, but no.
No, let's not like straight up
Let's not go
blackface
there.
in this.
No.
The so yeah, I mean, in like the shadow or something, if they weren't paying too much attention to you, they might just think you're another Red Sash like going somewhere. But if they paid any attention to you at all, that's good.
That makes sense.
They probably yeah.
I just thought of something. Isn't there like an item that's a disguise kit? Or
There
a
is,
disguise?
I believe.
We know we're gonna go after Eruvians. Would it really be that much of a stretch to say that?
Hang on. It's called
Only certain people get it.
No, there's a subterfuge supplies, a theatrical makeup kit, a selection of blank documents ready for the forger's hand, costume jewelry, and a reversible cloak and distinctive hat. A forger. That's what comes in these subterfuge supplies.
I mean, I could just use like a bunch of bronzer and contour to make myself look a Eruvian.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that like the Red Sashes aren't like exclusively Eruvians. Like, I mean, while like the inner circle generally tends to be, and the majority of them probably like are, they do hire other people to do work for them. It's like they're a gang at the end of the day. They're run by Eruvians, but they're in Duskwall. The majority of people are people from Duskwall. So if they were going to believe anyone, like an Akarosi is probably most likely. That they believe was like a member of theirs, like a low level.
Yeah, that was my
like
line of
grunt.
thinking.
Yeah.
Well, our resident Akaros, I can wear it then.
But you're spending lots of time playing. Let's do some stuff. So what's happening? Wait. So you're gonna grab this sash and what? Just try and go upstairs. Try and distract the guards. Time is running out while you're sat
Can
here.
someone survey to find out where the goods are here?
I reckon they're in the basement. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, based on the plans that you saw, it looked like the plans had, like either like they were holding pens for some kind of animals with that were brought in by a canal, or there was just warehouse space for stuff brought in by canal, or it was just more storage space. So 2 out of 3 cases, like 2 out of 3 of those things, there was some kind of canal passage down there, which makes it, having a secret canal into the underside of your warehouse makes it easy to smuggle things in and out. So potentially they'd store the more upmarket stuff in there.
So ideally, what we need to do is just take out these 2 guards downstairs and just be quiet as mice, so we don't wake anyone upstairs. and then we can just basically fucking have a free look around this entire place. And if it comes to it, we could even potentially subdue the people upstairs while they're asleep.
Okay.
So, who's got the red sash?
I got.
You, what you got it, Alexis? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You're the distraction.
Let's do something. Come on.
I was thinking I also could use a blowgun with darts and try to tranquilize those 2 guards.
You have to do them both at the same time. That's the problem.
Yeah, there's nothing saying you couldn't quickly do one after the other. If I'd just say that's probably a desperate role, as you're trying to do 2 things very closely together at once. But
I'd like to try that.
sure.
Look, I just realized something. We have somebody who's consistently capable of doing extreme effects, prowl rolls. What if I take the red sash? Well, if Gil takes the red sash, and he'll be bait. Meanwhile, James's character is going to sneak around and try to hit them from the back, while there's another character. I'm trying to remember the character's name. It was Josefka, right?
Josefka, yeah.
Josefka tries to blowgun them to sleep.
At once.
No,
Yeah.
one's yours, the other one's James's. And if then I'll just strangle him then.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you're trying to set up another character basically with your action. So, or in that case, you're trying to set up 2 people with your character with your action. So, so if Gale goes, I guess what it is, you're trying to get them to pay attention to you, are you? Or
Sure.
yeah.
My only worry is about them making noise that will wake people up upstairs.
Yeah. I mean, that's a potential risk. I mean, I'd say it's definitely risky because you're literally just walking into kind of plain view, hoping that they'll kind of do a double take when they see some scov in the sash. So I guess
I believe
it sounds kind of like a swayish type thing you're trying to do, but I mean, pitch to me if you're trying to, if you're coming at it from a different angle,
And command their attention.
if sound is an issue, then James could use a silence potion, Val.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could. Then it's easier, like just.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what you do, is that you straight up just chuck a silence potion at them.
It says they have to drink it though.
Oh, you have? No, does it? Yeah, it creates a field of silence around you. So if you drink it, then
And knock them out, go sit by them.
yeah, basically, you and sneak up to where they are. Gale basically just walks up and says, "Oi, bitches," then it's then you can take things from there. Like, they won't be able to yell out because nobody will hear them. That sounds. I mean, how's that sound? Shall we go with that?
Yeah, we'll go with that. So I'm using my
Cool.
silence potion, which is in italic, so it doesn't count to my load.
Nice, cool. So yeah, it sounds like Gale's doing a setup. So basically, if you achieve the setup, then everyone else is going to get either an improved position or a +1 effect on the thing they're doing next. So that's involved in what's going to happen. So I think it's just Yosefka and Bloodcrow and Magpie, isn't it? So cool. So so you'll both either get +1 effect or an improved position on the next rolls that you take as part of this encounter. Cool. So roll your commands then. I take it you're just going to like march up in there and go insult them, or let's say
Yeah. something like going speaking in like a very thick Scotland dialect, like because the way I'm seeing this is that like Scotland isn't just one place. It used to be a land with multiple nations that came together, so it's more like a federation kind of thing. And yeah, so he's got a northern accent, and he's gonna like speak in that accent, and you're like, "Привет, yeah, Zizka Harasho," and doing all those things that they can't, saying stuff that they don't understand, and then they're going to try to like switch languages, and he's gonna get angry because he's expecting them acting like he's expecting them to know Scotland.
Yeah.
So yeah, like being just angry and very pale and red, like lobster red.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So make me a command roll, I guess. I would say this is probably. I mean, it's obviously risky. If anything, it's. I wouldn't say it's desperate necessarily because they're not necessarily waiting for someone. But
am I assisting with this potion or what?
No, that's going to be a separate thing that you're doing. But you can, like, somebody else can try and assist with this, or you can stress or devil's bargain or anything else.
I think I've asked Peacock to throw a rock in order to get them distracted when I say a keyword, which is when everybody's gonna jump on them essentially, like just a second before.
Yeah, I mean that still sounds like it's kind of part of your setup. So
I'm just saying he's helping with my setup.
Okay, yeah.
If you'd like.
Yeah, if you want to do that, Peacock, then
yeah, he can ignore me.
Sure, let's do that.
Throw
okay,
a rock.
cool.
How did we get a rock inside of? Okay.
You could easily have picked up a pebble on the outside, like while you're outside or something.
Heavy load. I have a heavy load. I can have a rock.
Just carried a boulder in with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I carry a boulder in there.
Cool. So yeah, I guess so you're on 1 bonus dice plus your command. If anything else you want to do to boost this, or just want to roll on however many dice this is? I think with your commands, what, 1 dice is it? Yeah. So yeah, they'll put you on 2 dice. So if you want to spend any stress or anything, that's cool. If not, go for a roll.
You muted yourself.
Yes, you have muted.
Oops. So yeah, 2 dice. I think I'll just stress myself out a little bit over this. So yeah, risky, effect standard.
Yeah.
And bonus dice 2. Because I'm gonna push myself.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you straight up get exactly what you want. You
How are you doing this?
You just kind of like sort of like waltz in, like start ranting at them in Scotland, and they like they turn around, sort of like get up a bit, and then you start getting like really angry. What goes flying is like you say a keyword. Now it's Blood Crow and Magpie, so both of you can either get a +1 effect on the thing you're going to try and do, or improved position.
Should we take a break and then decide?
Yes, let's do that.
All right.
Sure.
All right, we'll be back in 1 moment, guys. So bear with us. Right, and we're back for part 3. So, what are we doing? Me and Blood Crow are about to do some smackdown, aren't we?
Yeah. Gale had just set up a situation where the 2 Red Sash guards were distracted.
So what does a setup do? So what?
So a setup basically means that if the action is successful, then you get to give the other people who are involved in what's coming next either +1 effect or an improved position. So it was gonna start off as risky standard effects. I mean, the guards weren't expecting you, so so you weren't at a high risk, and to just take advantage of them while they're sat down and whatnot isn't. I mean, it's not going to be super great effects because they're trained, they're well skilled at moving guards, but you would have been able to get a drop on them. But each of you can choose to go either change it from risky to controlled, or take it from standard effects to great effect. And bearing in mind that you've got your shadow cloak and you're prowling, presumably.
Yes.
So you're already on great effect, so you could take it up to extreme if you wanted to.
James, if I may suggest, we could put it to control just in case one of us rolls bad.
Sure. What would that do then?
When it's controlled, basically, when the bad stuff happens, it's not really that bad. On a 1 to 3, you know that, oh crap, what I'm doing is going to get myself caught, or it's going to cause a problem.
Right,
so
okay.
I'll just stop and do something else, or try it but increase it to risky. And then on a 4 to 5, it's basically you can still kind of withdraw, or you can take a very minor complication, or you can reduce the effect.
So what will this silence potion do then?
So the silence potion will basically mean that in a radius around you, no sound can be made once you drink it, and it will last for however long it lasts. So
it says several moments, whatever several moments is.
Indeed. So we'll see whether a complication occurs that makes it run out quicker.
All right. So okay. So we'll can we do it controlled then? Is that something we can do?
Yeah, because of the setup, you can shift it to controlled when it would normally be risky.
And I'm just suggesting we both do it so nothing goes wrong.
Okay, cool. So, I guess Blood Crow, since you're using a blow dart, that sounds like it's probably hunt, because you're kind of shooting at a distance.
Okay, but we're all in this hallway. I want to say this is wreck because I'm carefully applying sabotage.
Well, to a person though, which is it's. I mean, I would say that's. I mean, unless what you're trying to do is knock over their lamp or something, to cause a fire or something like that. I would say really it's more of a. It's definitely more of a hunt, and even then, it's probably a hunt because it's still precision shooting. If you're trying to shoot something specific over a distance. So.
Okay, in that case, can I take stress multiple times for more dice?
Nope, you can take
Just
it once.
Once. Okay, I'll take one of that.
He takes stress and has somebody assist.
Yeah, you can have someone assist you there.
I'll assist.
How are you going to assist? How is that going to work narratively?
Yeah, how do you assist with Blood Crow's aim?
I bend over and she can rest her back, her blowpipe on my back. There, that's an assist.
Yeah.
Well, as having previously been a professor, I would assume that my character probably has some pretty acute knowledge of biology, so she could say, aim for this particular part, and that will cause it to be most effective.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. So you take some stress for the assist. Right. And Magpie, you're prowling, are you, to get to? Yeah, you're going to sneak up behind some crates as these guards step up.
Stay in the shadows, and then obviously I drink that potion, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I go splat out from the
Oh,
shadows.
what, with the stun thing again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So so that's already going to increase your effect again anyway. So you're already So you're straight up on extreme effect anyway. So going controlled stream effect is pretty good. That's just like as best as you can get, really. Okay. Cool. So who wants to go first?
I'll roll.
Okay. Cool. So
No, wait. Shouldn't have been a third dice in there.
let's see.
I hunted 0. Never mind.
Wait. No, because you were having a bonus dice to assist, so you should have been rolling at 1 dice. Because you had your bonus dice from the assist.
Yeah, I had an assist and a stress. Should that be 3 dice in total?
Let's see. Your hunt was 0, was it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would have brought you up to 2 dice then.
Okay, and then it's okay.
Okay.
Never mind. I missed.
So it's obviously uncontrolled, like nothing happens. So, you can, So basically, I mean, really, you think like they're basically moving. They've got up and they're moving towards you a bit too quick, and you're not sure you're going to be able to aim like with the skills that you've got. So you can try and risk it and go, screw it, I'm just going to go for it, and maybe you'll miss. Or you can try something else.
I wanna go again with risky. Question is, do you have to stress again for the extra dice?
Yes, because it's now a different position you're rolling from. So it's you're basically going to push yourself to go, screw it, I'm going to take that chance and just go for it. Get up in their face and. I mean, since you're getting closer, I mean, you could arguably go for skirmish since they're moving more closely towards you at this point. They're moving faster. I mean, sure, it's skirmish with a blowgun. It's at this point it's very kind of close. It's starting to get close quarters. So it's up to you, really. What do you?
Doesn't even help.
Yeah, make an argument as to what what you think would apply best in this situation.
Can I be the one to pick up the slack? Oh.
I mean, technically, you can get a new assist on this roll, so you could assist in some way.
If you want to assist, I'd like to just roll again with the blowgun.
Yeah, you could literally like just punch someone or like grab hold of them or something as they start coming towards you, and that holds them in place or something to make it easier to aim at.
Like make them kneel or something.
Yeah, or just like you stepping up to them makes them suddenly like back down a little bit.
Okay, so you'll assist and I'll stress again. I'll just try again.
Okay, cool. So this is risky now.
Oh,
nice.
thanks.
Okay. Yeah. So so Gale starts getting in their faces and they slow down a bit to like start knowing that they're going to have to engage with him, and as one of them just stops, you like, and dart goes like just sinks right into his neck, and the guard drops. The other one, however, has someone behind him. So Magpie, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well, I think. I don't know.
Well, let's roll and find out.
Right, so it's extreme. Right, do I get any bonus dice?
So, well, not yet. However, does anyone? Do you want an assist from anyone? Do you want?
Can anyone assist?
I could create a distraction. I mean, I could create a distraction to stop him from looking behind him.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty. I mean, I would say you probably don't need, if anything. I mean, you're in a controlled situation already, so.
Yeah, but I don't want to roll a bunch of ones and then have to fucking go to a risky situation.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think any assistance, anything to sort of distract this guy is really going to help because he's already kind of distracted. He's got Gale right in front of him. Person next to him is dropping. if you're going to assist, you're going to have to figure something else out that makes sense, I think.
Rock on the head. #Boulder Boys.
Yeah, I mean, you could straight up hit him or attack him. Like, that will certainly keep... I mean, more than just distract him, that will engage him.
Nah, I'll leave it to.
Okay. I mean, the other thing you could do is you could take a devil's bargain.
I'm just gonna take 2 more stress.
Okay,
I
cool.
would like to
So I'm up
suggest
to
Devil's Bargain.
I'm up to 6 stress.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Perfect for a roll afterwards.
I would like to suggest the Devil's Bargain. What if
sure.
you lose the baton?
Sorry.
What if you lose the baton?
No, I don't want to take a devil's bargain.
He's still at control, so he can just lose it if it doesn't work out.
Why get stressed out when you could just lose the baton?
Yeah, you won't take any stress from the devil's bargain, so...
Yeah,
I mean, things may happen
stress-
later, but...
thing is, the stress level he's at right now, he can indulge his vice without repercussion.
True.
So
Yeah, there's no reason to take a devil's bargain now, but... yeah.
All right, let's do this thing.
Cool, go for it.
A 6.
Nice. So yeah, you just sneak up behind him, smack, with extreme effect. Yeah, you knock this guy out cold. He's going to be asleep for a long time.
Right, we'll add him to the pile of other bodies.
Yeah,
But there's no noise, by the way. When they fall to the ground, there will be no noise.
yeah. Instead of you don't even hear the sound of the stun word smack the back of his head. So like. Gale in particular, you notice, like, as this guy's coming up to you and he's like, starts starting to speak, suddenly just the sound disappears, like there's a deathly silence. He starts talking, then you just see the eyes roll in his head and he falls down in front of you and you see Magpie just like crouched there, like in silence, holding this stun rod. It's like you sort of give each other like a nod, Cool. So now there is so now you can see the whole warehouse. There's several crates that are all still nailed shut. One of them is open, and inside of it, it's full of Eruvian swords.
Are they worth something?
Yeah,
Definitely.
there's also some coin on the table. Probably about 1 coin's worth of stuff, of like just general change and stuff where they've been sort of gambling over cards.
Uh-huh. I'll take that.
Grabbing that.
Yeah. And obviously there's 2 unconscious Eruvian soldiers on the ground.
All right, we'll pile them up with the other body.
Uh-huh.
And I guess we just leave them there. And I'll open up I'll oil the hinges of the flappy thing, whatever it's called, the trapdoor.
Yeah.
And open that up, and then I'll see if there's a boat down there.
Cool. So I take it you have some kind of grease or something with you to do that.
Yes, I've got burglar gear.
Cool. Yeah, that makes total sense. Right. Nice. So, what's everyone else doing? You Yeah, you just open. You can open the trapdoor easy enough. In fact, it's silent anyway because your silence effect is still on.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
you
then I
don't
don't
need
need
grace.
Okay,
Yeah.
no burglar gear then.
Yeah. And you just swing the hatch open and lay it down flat on the ground. And it's dark down there. There's no light.
Oh, okay. In that case, can I suggest I brought with me some lamp, like maybe an experimental pocket lamp, like not one of those big oily lamps instead, but like a smaller one.
Mm-hmm. You could like a gadget or something you've got with you could
Yeah. I'll
be a
mark it
simple
as a
lamp.
gadget.
Yeah. like a smokeless lamp. Yeah.
Hopefully that's less inconspicuous, and I'll shine a light down there.
Sorry, I didn't catch you.
So I'll hope this is going to be less inconspicuous since it's smokeless and small, and just shine a line down there where Magpie's looking.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're just sort of lowering the light down and trying not to be seen, type thing. Yeah. So as you lean through the hole and sort of lower the light down, like as you stick your head down, you get a sort of like a thick smell of like brine in your face. Like really sort of, and you can kind of like get us like there's a lot of moisture, that's like cold moisture in the air. And as you sort of shine the light around, sort of trying not to make too big a light show of it, you can see some light reflecting off water on the far side of the room, and you and otherwise you just see a bunch of crates and stuff littering the grounds.
Time to check those crates.
Is there a boat down there?
You can't see from your vantage point. You'd have to go down there and properly look.
Right.
Or you could roll a study to carefully, or survey, I guess, to sort of try and carefully, like more carefully look around the area than just get a quick first glance impression.
I think
I got 1 point in study. Does someone else have something higher?
I've got 2 points in study.
Well, is it study or survey? Oh, I guess.
I do.
I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess pitch it one way or the other.
Yeah, I've got 2 in survey, so.
Yes,
You should perhaps you should have a look then.
Maybe we should do this as a group action.
How do we do it as a group? What
Give
is
Monty a moment.
Oh, okay.
Right. So who's doing this study / survey?
Group action, is that a thing?
Yeah, but it doesn't really make sense necessarily for like you all trying to cram your heads down a hatch to like, survey the area. So, like, yeah.
I think Peacock, he's got the highest survey.
Yeah.
Yeah, do some work. Oh, gracious leader.
I'm docking your pay.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll steal some of these swords and sell them to make up for my pay.
Cool. So, yeah, roll me a survey then, I guess.
Yeah, is that controlled? Risky?
At the moment, I would say it's controlled. Yeah, like you don't like nobody, as far as you're aware, is awake and going to jump on you at any moment, so it's fine.
Right, I'll jump on him.
Yeah.
There's probably not much point in assistance on this, I wouldn't think. Unless someone wants to. Somehow.
Well, maybe, I don't know how much, but maybe Bloodcrow with her lantern would be of assistance because she's got a lantern.
Oh yeah, right. I could assist with that.
Yep, she could light his darkest hour.
We'd still have to spend 1 stress for that, though.
I can spend 3 more. I can.
Okay.
I spend it, so you get 1 more.
I'm not taking a devil's bargain to look around for a boat. And I'm not spending stress because I'm not traumaing myself right now.
Devil's bargain. What could possibly go wrong? You're just looking
You
around.
fall in.
Nah, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Let's see. Complication.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you look at You look around, and yeah, it looks like it's empty. There is a boat that's like moored against a set of grates that are closing the waterway that you see. So there's like a little canalway going through the underneath through the basement, basically. And on either side, there's a set of there's like a kind of like portcullis going on through the water, both of which have locks on. And there's a sort of almost like a gondolier's boat moored to one of the grates, basically. As a complication, you think while you're kind of like listening out and watching and being careful, you catch. Okay, so actually no, you don't catch this because of the silence effects of Magpie's silence. But I will tell you that I am ticking the guards upstairs wake up clock a segment. So
Okay.
Oh shit!
Only one segment.
yeah, anyone.
I mean, he could ramp it up by 3 immediately, but
Yeah, I could do, but I'll be nice. This time. So okay, so yeah, you see a bunch of so you see a bunch more crates and a boat.
I could go unlock those, unlock that, those gates.
Mhm.
Also,
Peek into those
this
crates.
potion only lasts a few moments. I don't know what a moment is.
Yeah, it will. I mean, it's probably going to it's going to run out roughly about now. Let's say it's you had your silence when you were knocking people out and bashing them about. It lasted just enough to cover the hatch as well, and then
Alright.
now you're.
All right, I'm going to head down into the basement and try and open one of them locks and get the boat and basically load the boat up, get the boat ready to be loaded, and then fuck off.
I would like to check and see what's in the stuff that's already on the boat. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, the boat's not loaded at the moment. It looks
Okay.
like it looks like all of the stuff that was on the boat has been offloaded into this kind of like storage area that's
okay,
next to
can
the
we,
canal.
before we load it, can we see what's in it? Because obviously we don't want to steal a bunch of useless shit.
Yeah, I mean, if again the crates are all kind of nailed shut. So if you've got like a pry bar or something to open them with.
Let me see.
I mean, Magpie, if he's got load left, could probably have some burglary kit which will have a pry bar or something in it.
I'm carrying a lot of stuff. I can spend the burglary gear for that.
Yeah, or if
I was
like
going to
you're,
say I've got a boat. I could do a burglary gear because I've not used any load.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'm carrying the lightest load, so yeah, let's.
yeah,
let's-
true.
Yeah, I'll go for a burglary gear.
Okay.
By the way, another thing, Josefka, you might want to get some demolition tools.
How that works is that like when I need something, I click it.
Basically when you need it, just check it.
So I'm technically carrying it, maybe.
Yes, you're maybe carrying some now. If you
Like
need
some
them.
fine wrecking tools.
Do we want to fucking wreck it? I mean, could we not just get out without?
No. Let's see if we can get out of it silent. We've been doing so well now so far.
Doesn't
Alright.
mean you can't leave a little surprise.
Right, well, I want to pick this fucking lock to the gate.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, give it a go.
I guess it's finesse, isn't it?
Yeah, finesse is definitely the one that makes sense to this.
All right.
Unless you're just going to try and smash the lock off or something. You
No,
use
I'm using my fine lock picks. I've got
Mhm.
you know. So what does infiltrate mean? You are not affected by quality or tier when you bypass security. Is this a lock security measure?
Yeah, locks a security measure. Yeah. So normally this would be a tier 2 lock,
Mhm.
which would mean that your effect would be limited, really, because this lock's kind of just above your general skill level. However, since you're not affected by this, you can just have a go, basically, and it'll be standard effect.
And I assume it's going to be controlled, yeah.
Yes, yeah, in this situation, it's controlled.
Right, is anyone assisting me? Maybe holding a torch or a light or something?
I'm too stressed out. I'm good.
Yeah, I understand.
I can help. So yeah, well, Gel would. Well, you want to load stuff as well onto the boat.
We're not loading yet because after he's opened the gate, I'm going to be checking the crates and stuff.
Sure. Then yeah, I'll hold the light, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember which one of us had a lamp, but
You
I'm
can-
stealing that for a second.
Well, you could always tick and say you've got a lantern on you.
Nah, I'll just steal the one mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll reach the lamp over then.
Cool. Yeah. So you've got some lights. You've got your fine lockpicks.
What's the input value? Effect, I mean?
The effect, since you've got fine lockpicks, we'll bump it up from standard to great. So yeah, we'll say great effect.
Okay. There's a 6.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you just cut through this lock like butter. It's nothing to you, and you just like pick, ping, opens up, and you can easily just take it off the grate and
Okay.
open it out.
Right, I'll open the grate.
Cool. Yeah, you open the grate. You can see like into the darkness. There's it's just big enough for people crouched low on the boat to pull it through with a bunch of there's a pole on the boat to kind of push it along the canal.
Right, that's me done. So everyone else, let's start loading and get this shit get out of here.
Before we load, I want to check what's in the crates to make sure we're not loading useless stuff. So I've got burglary gear. I'm guessing like I'd have there's a pry bar in that. Would that be a finesse?
I mean, you're not really under pressure per se, and you know it's like so you can just do it. It's not a big deal to pry it open. So so prying open the crates, you see there is one of the crates has some like sort of flintlock pistols inside and ammunition. You find another one of the other crates has some sort of basic like leather armors, sort of jerkins and stuff like that. Another one you pry open has a series of small chests inside, about the size of like sort of two human fists next to each other. And these individual chests have they have a series of like runic carvings all across them, and a little like keyhole lock in the front of each one. There's a set of 4 on a panel, mixed around with some straw, and then you think there's probably another 4 underneath it, on the floor of the crate. As you start exploring some, I mean, if you're going to carry on just prying them all open, you find it's a sort of there's a sort of like an assortment of general supplies down here. So there's foods, like there's like pickled eels and stuff, like supplies to sort of keep people going. You do find one that's got like another chest in it, but this time it's a larger chest, again carved in the same strange runes. They don't look like a Ruvian writing. You've not seen runes like this. And you do find a crate that's got a series of small vials of some kind of liquid in it.
Oh.
It doesn't look like spirit essence. It doesn't. Whatever it is, it looks somewhat slightly viscous. It doesn't look thick, but it looks it's like a sort of darkish, sort of smoky grey liquid that leaves like an oily residue on the inside of the glass. And you do find a crate with 4 large, like sort of mason jars almost, that are probably about a foot high, mason jars of spirit essence. And you find 4 of those. Those mason jars are probably equivalent to about 2 of the smaller containers you had in each of the other crates when you initially got the shipment from Ulf.
Lovely jubbly.
So they're about equivalent to 8 bottles of spirit essence from your last haul.
Okay, so this is quite the
Yeah.
load. I'm
So
going
very-
to make an educated guess that the liquid containers are maybe some sort of explosive chemicals, but that's just a guess because a lot of this looks like weapon supplies and for the war.
Yeah, I mean, until you like study it,
We won't.
you won't know for sure. Yeah.
A quick question though about those runes. Do any of the 2 of us who have academic backgrounds recognize them?
That's a good question. I mean, if you want to study the runes, then you're welcome to find out. Otherwise, they look like runes. Like, you're only giving them a passing glance as you're exploring the crates. So
Yeah, I think. I mean, that's a good shout. I'd like to give it a chance at studying them.
okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm going to say at this point, I mean, you've been down here a while now without anyone really paying attention to what's going on upstairs. So I'm going to say it's risky.
Okay.
Standard effect.
Yep. Okay, and then I want to put effort into it. How does that work again? Putting effort in?
2 stress, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 stress.
2 stress.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you're going to push yourself.
and that gives me an extra dice.
Mhm.
Yusofka, do you want to help me?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm very stressed-ish. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do 1 extra stress.
So how are you helping with this studying?
I'm just trying to cross-reference to anything I've learned previously.
Because
Mhm,
we're
so-
both the academics in the group.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So you're kind of like, pool your knowledge and try and figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, make me a roll then.
Oh, right.
Nice. Okay. So, you managed to kind of sort of decipher, or at least recognize what these runes are. They're some kind of demonic text, in a language of demons. What it says, you're not really sure, but whatever is in these boxes is probably demonic in nature in some way or another. However, before you can really dig deeper into the nature of it, there's a complication. You hear the sound of creaking floorboards above you. Something or someone is moving up above.
Is it time to pack it?
I think it's time to pack and get the heck out of Dodge.
Okay.
If you was talking, Kishore, we couldn't hear you.
I just said, yep, it's time.
All right, we'll load up then.
Okay. Cool.
What's
So
Peacock doing?
Helping pack
Okay, cool.
boxes onto the boat.
Cool. So, I mean, I guess you're going to try and are you going to try and do this quickly so you can get out of here now, or are you going to try and do this quietly and carefully and risk potentially whatever's happening upstairs coming down here?
I would suggest that we do it quietly, but as quickly as we can.
Why?
Okay. So, I mean, I guess how quick are you going to try to be carefully? Like, are you going to be is you going to make this a desperate role in that you're going to go as fast as you possibly can while being silent, or are you going to take your time to be extra quiet, and make it controlled, but you're to have. So basically, do you want to go for like controlled with like, but you'll have relatively limited effect in moving because you'll be taking. You'll only be able to get maybe a crate or two onto the boats because you're taking so long. Or do you want to go desperate and perhaps get tons of stuff on your boats and ready to go, but have a high risk of things going wrong?
Guys, what do you think?
I would desperate. I want like 4 of those things.
Yeah.
I'd so desperate.
Okay.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Nice. So, I mean, this sounds like you're all participating in a group action, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess who's going to be leading who's going to be organizing all of the storing of crates and stuff? Who's going to take point on this?
Boss man.
Because, well, I will tell you now what happens in when you lead an action. So basically, every character who's participating gets to roll, and then the single best roll counts as what the result of the action is. However, for every roll that fails, the leader takes stress.
Not me then.
Who's got the least amount of stress at the moment? I've got 4. Sorry.
You're muted.
Mute again.
You're muted, Kiesel.
Kisa, you're muted.
You're muted.
So you're muted.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, I think that I've got 4 as well, so we're the same, and I think that narratively makes a little bit more sense for my character to be the one who's leading the group action. But then again, you're also used to inventorying stuff, but I guess more like
The other thing is your character would be more muscle based and would be more suited to actually doing the storing than my character would. She's not at
Peacock,
all
how
got
much-
muscle.
Peacock, how much stress have
I
you got?
cannot. I've got 3 remaining. And
Same.
Okay, I'll go for it.
Cool. Right. So
It'll be
everyone.
fun. I mean, I guess if I end up traumatized, it's fun.
You'll have fun with your guest buddies.
we have to all fail, and I'm not failing. Anyway,
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of like the roles that make sense for this, since you're kind of rushing against time to get something done, it's not really command. It's not really tinker because you're not messing with the stuff. You're not really messing with devices or anything.
Finesse.
Finesse?
Finesse. That's more for subtle movements, but in this case,
But, I mean, we're
since
trying
you're
to
trying to be quiet, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, I mean, you could argue that potentially it's prowl, but I'd say it's probably finesse.
Doesn't matter for me.
So,
Both are but equally as good.
yeah.
Equally as bad.
I prefer finesse.
I have 0s.
Yeah. Well, let's go with finesse then. So each person, roll, and we'll roll their finesse, and we'll see how it goes.
What position is it? Risky? Desperate?
We're going desperate since you're trying to get as much stuff as possible.
Standard effect?
Yes. I mean, well, effectively, we're going for standard effect.
Okay, and no bonus dice.
My cloak, because we're sneaking around, it does improve my effect level when I sneak around.
Yeah, but it's not going to affect the whole group doing it.
Yes,
So,
Okay. Would it be 0 bonus dice?
Yeah. We're just rolling out and then pulling together.
okay, cool.
oh, it counts as a desperate.
Yeah, in this case, Yeah, you're basically doing a desperate because you're trying to get stuff done as fast as possible, all working
dear.
together. So
It's free XP.
So we all get XP.
yeah, I would say so. Since it's a group action, we'll go. Everyone can have some
So
XP.
is it standard? You said,
Yeah, standard effect, desperate.
and no bonus dice. Yeah.
Nope.
But everyone should be marking in prowess then, I believe.
Is it just 1 XP? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, in this case, since you're doing finesse, it should be prowess, I believe, isn't it? That's where finesse sits under.
And is that 3 failed rolls or?
Well,
Yes.
they're not failed. Let's see. So we've got how many?
3 1s and 2 3s.
Oh, yeah, we have 1 5. Okay, nice.
But the 5, does the 5 apply? Because it says take the lowest result.
Oh, not on Magpie's one, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So it looks like everyone failed
I didn't fail.
except Magpie.
So I take 4 stress.
Yeah.
Wait, is 3-4 failed?
On a desperate you do it, yeah, but there's a consequence, I say.
Oh.
So I guess you on a 3 and a 4, you do technically succeed.
Well, no, because you're rolling
Yeah.
0 dice. It says. It says, well,
Yeah.
no, 0 dice. Take
Yeah,
the
so you take the
result.
lowest one. Oh yeah, so 3. Yeah, so on a 3-4, yeah, that is just fail.
Just a free. Okay.
It's the worst outcome. But okay, so well, you succeed but there's a serious complication. So you manage to get all the stuff on there quietly. However, it means there's like with as many crates as you put on the boat, it's going to be a very tight fit to get you onto the boats at the same time, as well as the crates. You could, and you also don't know this area of the canals, so you'll be squeezing around in the dark, cramps, trying to work your way through the things. However, if you left 2 of you behind to get out some other way, you'd probably be okay.
Right, well, I'm happy to stay back and work my way out.
I'll stay back too.
Well, when you say make our way through the canals, that's outside of. Like, this isn't the sewer. This is outside now, yeah.
Well, it's inside. It's like the sort of
Okay.
sewerways under city canal works. Yeah.
Is that the warehouse canals or is that the general area? I guess is what I mean.
I mean, you don't really know where it connects to. I mean, you know that the other way is going out to the actual docks to where like the Norfolk Channel is, but
Okay.
otherwise it's going to be going further into the city, and then presumably connecting with one of the main canalways. But at the moment, it's like a 1 boat wide kind of sort of sewage channel, really.
Because I was thinking I could have had blueprints with me.
Yeah, I mean, you totally could flash back to having also gotten some of the city like sewage plans from your canal, from your architect friend, or from somewhere else, perhaps. That would make sense.
We haven't done that many backflashes.
No, there's been very few flashbacks this session.
Cool.
Unlike the last session where we had flashbacks within flashbacks within flashbacks.
Yeah,
Flashback
we had full on Inception flashback and flashback and flashback.
That's because the shit dice roll. We're not
I-
doing.
Yeah.
We're not doing this. Touch wood. We're not doing
I
as
think
bad
the
this
flashbacks
session.
made things worse, arguably, at times.
So what? Are 2 of you staying back then?
I'll stay back.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Me
I
too.
think, yeah, kids also did.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so the rest of you can get on the boat and sort of get out of here, relatively easily.
Sweet.
The other 2 of you though needs to make an escape plan. Now,
Wasn't
you-
there 2 boats?
No, there was not.
Oh,
Just
There's the one boat. So you're left down here with a bunch of other crates that you couldn't load onto the boat. Oh yeah. Speaking of which crates did you log onto the boat? Put on the boat.
Spirit essence.
Spirit essence.
How many did we get on?
Let's see. You had 1 success out of 5. However, it's a desperate, and it's standard effect. So let's say you managed to get 1 box each, so like 5 boxes on.
Okay, so I think definitely the spirit essence.
Absolutely.
Also,
Also break those. No. Listen, we have 1 crate with small demonic boxes, 1 crate with a big demonic box, 1 crate with the liquids, and then the rest was like food and weapons and guns.
Yeah, so I say if you go like the small vials of grey liquid, the big jars of spirit essence, the 2 crates full of demonic boxes of various sizes, that's 4 crates. Then you could have 1 of like guns or swords or something, or armor or whatever.
Do you want sword specifically, Magpie?
No, just whatever's going to sell. Whatever will sell for the best.
I mean, you'll probably get the most for the guns, and also they're less easy to tie back to Eruvians. Like, you know, the swords are clearly Eruvian swords, but it's the guns are like they're not strictly
Less
in,
heat, yeah.
they're not strictly in the Eruvian style.
Well,
Yeah,
would we? It depends how their escape goes, I suppose. But we might not gain any heat because we've done this all anonymous so far.
Okay, but selling marked weapons is gonna at least piss off the Eruvians, maybe.
But not with us.
so how would they know
Yeah,
it's their stuff particularly?
Because
Well,
it's marked.
they might know it's theirs, but they wouldn't know who if we keep it anonymous.
Or we
Yeah.
could just take the like armors that's like even less conspicuous.
Or we could just have the guns and sell for more.
Guns. I don't know. The only thing I'm thinking is are these gunpowder guns?
they're flintlock guns, so they're like a one shot. And then you
If
have
they
the
get wet, it's gonna be half useless.
If you want to use them right now, yes, it's fine, and they would have to be like drenched, because the only problem is if you get the powder wet, and we're not talking like, oh, it's a little bit wet. We're talking about drenched.
Take the fucking guns. There we go, simple.
Yeah, just take 2 of the guns. We'll leave the small demonic crates here, because it's only 2 of them, so I can take at least 1, and I'll have Magpie take the other one.
I can't take any more. I'm light loaded.
Yeah, but we're not talking about load. It's not going to increase your load.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the crate full of like basically the small demonic chests are inside a crate. There's 8 inside one crate of the small ones, and then there's 1 large one inside another crate. So you can have both those whole crates, and then another 3 crates as well as that. So so you can fit all of the demonic stuff, the mason jars, the weird grey liquids, and an entire crate full of guns.
That sounds like the plan, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I guess you start pushing yourselves down the canal works down the sewerways to find an exit.
Now, all that needs to happen is me and Gal needs to escape.
Yeah. So,
Should we go to a break and do that after the break?
yes, let's see what happens after the break.
Alright, we'll be back momentarily. Okay, we're back for the final 50 minutes, I guess. The final hour.
All right, so let's get this done. So, Magpie and Gale are in the basement without a boat, and there's movement upstairs.
Right.
How are you going to get out of here? I mean, you could just swim, but I wouldn't recommend it.
ghost piranhas.
Well, I'm going to try and sneak out as quietly and in the shadow as much as possible. That will be my plan.
Yeah, so I mean, the only way out of the basement, other than going via the canals, is the hatch you came down through. And you can hear this creaking's got loud. Like you can hear like the sound of whispers. It's in like people whispering rather than actual whispers. From up above, they're speaking in Akarosi. They got like a sort of like a Duskwall Akarosi accent, but you can't really make out what they're saying unless you're going to get right sort of under the hatch, because the sloshing of the water from the canal, especially as they're pushing the boat away, is making it a bit hard to hear.
All right, I'm going to try and. Well, I don't understand what they're saying. They're speaking in a tone that I don't understand.
No, Akarosi is like the default language of Duskwall. You would know Akarosi even as a Scotland, having moved here. Like it's everyone's going to basically know Akarosi. So.
Okay, all right. I want to try and sneak up then, and well, I want to get out of here because I don't want to be here much longer. But okay. Okay, I'm gonna just try and get as stay in the shadows as much as I can. I don't, because there's no light source now because the light source is gone or going.
Yeah, I mean, if you took the light with you on the boat, then you don't have a light down here. You're in the pitch black at the moment, apart from the light shining down from the hatch,
and that was
which is only dim. Yeah, which is only dim because the lamp's all the way on the other side of the.
I'm gonna go have a look and try and hear.
Cool. Yeah. So give me a survey, I think, or I mean, I guess you. Yeah. Survey makes sense.
Shit! I've only got one dice. I guess it's risky.
Yeah. So it's pretty risky. Standard effect.
Oh, I don't get any bonus dice. I'm not gonna stress because I'm close to my limit of stress.
You could suggest a devil's bargain. If you want to take a devil's bargain. Anyone got any suggestions?
No idea.
You lose that baton.
What have you got against the baton?
It's an easy weapon to lose, and it's not so easy since you get an extreme effect. It's like knocking out 3 dudes immediately.
Yeah.
Or more.
As a devil's bargain, that stun ward, it's all out of charge. It's not going to work anymore. It's
sure.
You've exhausted it.
Sure, that's I'll take that.
Okay.
2 dice.
Yeah.
Does my cloak do anything?
Well, I mean, it helps keep you hidden, like from sight. Like, so as long as you stay sort of in the dim light outside, not directly underneath the hatch, it'll be harder to set anyone looking down to see you.
All right, let's do this.
You have dark vision goggles.
Yeah, but we're not in dark vision. I'm heading to the light. Right, fuck it. I've got 6.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you lurk under the hatch and you can hear them talking amongst each other. They're like, looks like somebody's hit them already. If somebody's hit them already, looks like they left a whole bunch of stuff here ready for the picking. Might as well take advantage of the situation. It's and like, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good to me. This is going to be pretty pleased with this sweet score.
Right, so they're not even. Right, so they're not even. They're not even.
They're not Aruvians. No,
they're not Aruvians.
They were clearly, they've come here to basically hit this place as well, but they've come after you. And like the other guys says like, okay, you start getting the crates ready. Actually, before you do that, you check upstairs. I'll go tell the I'm going to tell the others to come in.
Right, I'm going to wait for them to fucking wait. Right, so I'm going to go down. I'm going to go. They're going upstairs. So I'll explain to Gal that, you know, they're another crew have come to hit the place. So what we need to do is we need to create a loud sound to wake the people upstairs. And then they can fight each other, and while they're fighting, we fucking sneak off. We'll get around. We'll go around them.
Like, the idea is like sloshing through his head. Like, why don't I just like? Do you say that they said that they're gonna get the others?
They're checking upstairs.
Well, one of them said he's checking upstairs. The other one said, I'm going to go get the others.
Yeah. Like, if Gal knows that one of them's gonna get the others, that one's gonna get his head beaten. But if he doesn't, he's gonna agree with your plan.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's up to you what you tell Gail, Magpie.
I'll tell him everything.
Yeah.
All right. Then yeah, the reaction is just strip off, grab one of the pieces of armor. Like, I'm going to guess that they're better than mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll like take a bunch of the Eruvians' swords and strap them onto me. If there's
Swords
any
are upstairs, so
Yeah, there's some swords down here as well. I mean, there's a
Okay.
number of crates with assorted items.
Yeah, like whatever I can hold,
Mhm.
I'm getting, and yeah, I'm gonna go out there.
Cool. So what's it? Are you going to just try and barge after this guy who's going outside and slice him?
First
Why
of
you-
all, I would like to know if this is gonna encumber me any much.
So, I mean, how much load had you already used?
Heavy.
Heavy. Yeah, but you haven't. Well, I mean, if you want to use slots of your existing heavy that you haven't already used up for this armor and swords, then sure, great. You just then that's not gonna be an issue. It's not gonna encumber you any more than just being at 6 load with anyway. If you're going to reserve slots for other stuff and still put this stuff on top, then it's probably going to, you know, you're going to be pretty heavily loaded, or overloaded. So I would say it will probably shift things to either limited effect or desperate, depending on the situation. So.
I'll do everything other than the pistols. Then,
Cool.
yeah, I am going to.
Why are you doing this?
I don't answer. I'm just gonna. So Gale completely autistically ignores you. And
Okay, can I do something?
Mhm.
Can I
Sure.
say I've got a pistol on me?
Yeah.
Can I fire the pistol?
Yeah, I mean, you can fire the pistol without
That will-
waiting for.
That will wake up the guards, won't it?
Yeah, I mean, you can fire the pistol without waiting for
Sure.
Gale to climb up the thing. Okay, so doing that, straight away the guards wake up. That goes to that you hear a oh shit, like as like from yell from upstairs where the guy disappears, and then you hear like the sound of swords being drawn. You hear the footsteps that were walking out of the corridor suddenly change into like a hammering run as it's running out the door.
Okay, while that's happening, I want
Yeah.
to sneak. I want to try and sneak out.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay. So, I mean, you need to climb out the hatch and whatnot. Avoiding being seen or heard is another matter. So, I mean, I guess what is it you're trying to do? You're gonna.
While this chaos is going to kick off, this guy is running. I'm going to try and mask my steps up the ladder with the footfalls, and then and then I'm going to try and get out the way we came in from. Well, the way that I let people in from.
Yeah, the back door. Yeah.
Yep.
We're doing this together, my dude. Group action.
Yep, you could do it. You can do it as a group action if you want, which is probably better if you're trying to kind of prowl out of here. Basically, I assume that
is the plan. That is my plan anyway.
Okay, so I guess being the lurk, you probably want to lead this group action, but it does mean you'll take stress if
but it's only one
Gale
stress, though,
fails.
isn't it?
Yeah, it will only be one stress though if Gale fails. So.
Is it once I hit? Is it? Hang on, 6, 7, 8. Is it once I hit 9, I take a condition, or do I have to go over 9 to hit a condition?
Yeah, you had to go over the limit, and then it resets and becomes trauma.
What's the difficulty on this?
Let's see. So, you created a pretty hectic situation. People are distracted. So, I'd say it's still risky. I'd say it's probably limited effects though. The like people are on high alert now, so like there's only so much you can do to avoid being noticed. Chances are you'll still be spotted, but you might not be spotted in time for them to do anything about it.
Does my cloak come into this? So I keep relying on this cloak.
Yeah, like for you it does. Yeah, so they might not spot you, but
it's all right if Gale gets spotted.
They'll probably spot Gale.
They already know he's here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, so yeah. Good effect. What if we push it down to desperate?
You push it to death.
Oh.
You're just going to really just gun it out as possible, and hope that you're moving too fast for anyone to really catch it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. I think that sounds freaking great. So yeah, how about going?
Hang on. Hang on. I don't know what's happening with Monty.
Monty just got that out and then disconnected.
I did it.
Right, we'll just wait for him to come back. I'm going to pause the video, and then once he's back, we'll continue. All right.
Yep.
What were we talking about?
So you're going to do a desperate roll to basically rush out there as fast as possible and hope nobody can see what's going on.
So we're doing desperate then, yeah?
Yes, sounds like it.
Okay.
So, but that will bring up your effect to standard, which means that so it'll be standard for Gale, but it'll be great effect for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. So you both need to make some rolls, and we'll on prowl, and we'll see what happens.
I'm going to spend 2 trauma. Do I want to? No, because if you fucking fail, I'm up to 7, ain't I? I know, but
yeah,
no, but
here's
yeah.
the deal. I already have 1 on prowl, so
if it's a group action, you don't spend stress.
I don't
yeah,
spend stress.
it doesn't make sense. You're spending stress to not spend stress, to not get stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, you just roll.
Right, well, I've only got 2 dice.
Yeah, just how it goes.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
Ultrane's been a bit slow for me at the moment. So, what did you get out of that?
I've
Well,
got
you
a 3 and
won
a 1, and a 1, so both failed.
Oh no. Well, that didn't end well. Okay.
Do I take 2 stress in that then?
Yes, you both failed. You take 2 stress in total. So on that, and considering it's desperate, you things are going to go very badly indeed. So you get out there, but not before you see who it is that was waiting to be summoned to come into this place. Turns out it's the crows, and they don't like you, and they kind of recognize they sort of they recognise who you are, and they got pistols with them, and they let off a volley of blows at you, and you both get shot up. So you can both take severe harm, level 3 harm, gunshot wounds.
Unless you want to resist it.
Yeah, unless you want to resist it. Yeah.
How do we resist it?
So you roll basically whatever the attribute which makes the most sense in this case, and then you take 6, and then what you'll do is you'll take 6 stress minus the highest result on that dice.
Oh my god, I can't risk that. I can't risk that.
Can I not resist the fact that they saw us?
Yeah, well, I mean, them seeing you and shooting you is sort of the same thing. They're shooting you because they see you. So I mean, I guess
being recognized.
Yeah, so I guess you could resist them spotting you. Like, yeah, I mean, the consequence is them seeing you and shooting you. So yeah, you can try and resist that whole thing as a unit. Yeah.
So does insight or resolve make more sense?
Do I get another XP for prowess because we did a?
Yes.
You're both. Yeah, you'll both get XP for that.
I might be dead.
I mean, I would say it's prowess since like what you were trying to do is sneak past. So prowess makes sense. So if you're going to resist, roll prowess basically.
Is this a group action or is it not a group?
No,
action?
it's your own thing.
So I'm getting 2 stress.
Yes, yeah, you're getting 2 stress for that, Gail.
So yeah, but they don't recognize.
Yeah, they don't recognize you. They don't try and they don't shoot for you as you're going past. But
I don't have to fix you later.
Yeah. But Magpie, you can either take the gunshot wound, or you can try and resist it.
3 harm means I need help.
Yes.
Right, so I'm in a hard place now because I've got one trauma left.
I mean,
one stress left.
There's nothing stopping Gale from helping you. Like, you know, you get shot and you need help, and Gale just comes back for you if he wants to. I mean, maybe he just goes, sucks to you, bye. But he is a fellow Scofflin. That's
What do you guys think I should do?
What does a trauma mean?
It accelerates your acquisition of XP for a start. So having a trauma means, like, as long as you're basically, you know when you level up, you have like the if you do this, you get XP. Well, trauma is if you do something related to your trauma, like if you say your trauma, you end up taking the trauma of vicious. If you do something vicious and nasty for no reason, mark some XP. Also, trauma means that you'll permanently have stress basically at the start of, like, whenever you do downtime, you take stress equal to your trauma unless you indulge your vice.
I'm going to try and resist, and whatever. I mean, whatever happens.
You roll a 6. Yeah, you roll a 6, then great, you know.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
I was going to save you, but no, not necessary, I guess.
Yeah. You're both just too fast for them, and they don't get a good look at you.
It says it clears 1 stress. So do I go down a stress?
Yes. Oh no, it says if you get a critical, that's if you get double 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you're just too fast for them. Like they kind of see this sneaky black blur fly out of the door, and they go to try and shoot at you, but they miss because you're off into the night before they catch you. Score over. You're sorted. In the meantime, the other 3, you manage to negotiate your way through all of the sewer ways under the city. I guess, like, just since you're this is unfamiliar territory, we'll see whether you come up across, like, there's any issues you might need to deal with. So just do a quick finesse roll and we'll see whether you maybe lose one of the crates or something as a result of the issues that navigating unfamiliar territory is.
Fox, you said you had good finesse, right?
Yes, I have 2 finesse. 1 finesse.
Okay.
1 finesse?
Please lead us.
That's not good finesse, though, is it? That's
Just make sure you don't get lost, basically, and cause issues.
Okay, so
Go back to where you
is
started.
it a risky or a controlled?
I mean, you're going slow. You're in a relatively safe environment. You just don't know the layout. So we'll say it's risky, but it's
Okay.
but standard effects. Yeah.
Okay.
like- Just because you might get lost, that's the only risk really at play here. So
Does anybody happen to know the area and want to assist me?
I mean, you could flash back to where you researched the area first.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so how do you research the area? Like, what is it you do?
Well, through academic background, I've probably accumulated numbers of books and just history.
Yeah, you
And
maybe
all that
got
sort of thing. And
you
perhaps
referred to
book.
some. Yeah, you looked
Yeah.
up like the history of the Duskwall waterways or something. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So you think you've got a good idea of how this goes.
Okay.
So
Does that give me a bonus
yeah.
dice?
Yeah, I mean, I say you can either give you a bonus die, or we can make it so that this is like controlled. Basically, it's like nothing really bad's going to happen if you don't
Okay.
succeed.
I'd rather
it's-
take a controlled than
Yeah.
a bonus dice.
Okay, cool.
Standard effect and 0 bonus dice. Okay.
What'd you get?
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so it says like you withdraw and try a different approach or whatnot, but like really, we'll just say that you end up taking slightly longer to get back. So and what we'll do is because it takes you a bit longer, like there's a little bit more risk of you having been seen, like shuffling these crates around in the dark. So what I'll do is I'll add 1 heat to the end of the score as like a minor consequence. But otherwise nothing bad happens. You get back. So yeah, like when you manage to get back to your lair with your crates, you see Gale and Magpie. They've already got there waiting for you. They look like they've had a bit of adrenaline pumping through their veins, but otherwise they're doing all right.
Hey guys, fancy seeing you here.
So I guess we go to the payoff.
thank God.
So-
At least we had a fucking successful score for once.
Yeah. So
It's only
the,
our second score. It's only our
yeah.
second
You
score.
know, it still could go tits up.
Variable.
Yeah, so you earn 2 rep just by default. Then if the target is a higher tier, which they are, they're tier 2 or tier 0, you get an additional rep per tier. So that's 4 reps straight away.
Nice.
And then you also earn coin based on the nature of the operation. So it was a pretty big score. I mean, you got 5 crates of decent loot. I would say it's at least 6 to 8 coin,
And then we've got enough to pay off Ulf.
and you also picked up that coin from
The table, yeah.
from the table as well. So if we say it's 8 coin, then like including the table coin, then
Nice.
that makes sense. So yeah,
Alright.
full rep, 8 coin. So heat. Let's see. So you get +1 heat for a high profile or well connected target. I mean, they're not necessarily high profile. I mean, they're the red sashes that are deliberately trying to keep them the down low to a certain extent. The situation happened on hostile turf. I mean, the red sashes aren't hostile to you at the moment. They will be, but
But they might. But they might not even know it was us. So
yeah.
that's the thing.
Point, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, they may very well not be, especially since this other crew was operating on them
And got caught red-handed.
and got caught basically.
Whoops.
There wasn't. You didn't kill anyone, so there's no heat from that. So you've just got the 1 heat from the complication so far. I mean, I guess how would you describe how it went? I mean, I don't think it wasn't smooth and quiet, like just because of the exit. it made things a bit noisy. But again, the heat, you're not necessarily drawing it down on you. So
Call this a 9 out of 10, honestly.
yeah. So I guess you can basically, I'll drop you down to 0 rep if you're pinning the blame on this other crew and you're never going to speak about what happened, and just let them take the fall for it. Then you can take no rep, but also have basically just 1 heat out of this.
1 heat isn't a lot, and rep gives us turf, right? In the long run.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if we take the reputation for this, we then gain ourselves another enemy.
J-Wall, are
How
you
much
alive?
rep are we gaining?
4.
We're already on 5.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it will get you very close to being able to crew XP up. Yeah.
I think we should take the heat.
It's just 1 heat.
Take the heat and take the rep bonus. That's
Well,
what I reckon.
If you're going to keep the rep, then your heat's probably going to go up just based on the exit to, like, I'd say 3 or probably 3. I mean, because it was relatively contained, it was really just the exit, and then it wasn't the target that saw the heat; it was this other crew, that saw you. So, I'd say,
also, if the crows try and say it's us, we can say they're just trying to pin it on us because they have an agenda.
Mhm.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I'd
Besides-
say just the 1.
I even used one of my load on subterfuge supplies to mask up my face so that they wouldn't recognize me and everything, and I was wearing a red sash.
yeah, you were wearing a red sash. Maybe you deliberately try to make yourself look a bit like the standard crow get-up or something, just coincidentally, or just because the crows fuck those guys. Yes, so let's make it look like it was their fault. So sure. Yeah, so we'll say it's 3 heat, and you get your 4. You get your 4 rep in total. Nice, and 8 coin. So now it's
Putting this on the sheet.
yes. Who's responsible for the sheets?
Well, I guess Jay will, as he's the leader.
I feel like you're putting a lot on me.
You haven't done much.
So I mean, I'll mark down your crew advancement. You're now 9 out of 10 on that.
Noise.
Since I'm on the sheet already, I'll add the extra 3 heat. That puts you on 5 heat in total.
How do we burn heat?
Through downtime actions.
Like I did last time.
Yes, and you'll do it again.
Yeah, or you can just deliberately go to a wanted level and then go to prison to pay it off. But, you can just turn someone into the blue coats.
Yeah, I think I know who's going into blue coat. The one with a contact there.
All right.
In terms of
Okay.
coin, you've only got enough room in your lair to store 4 coin. So the rest of you are going to have to hold it in your personal
Can we not
stashes.
just pay off Olaf?
You could go to Ulf and just give him 6 coin.
There's 1 tracker left on the clock, so maybe pay off Wolf, yeah,
Yeah. And then 2 coin
for us.
for us.
Yeah, you got to keep 2 coin. Cool. So I'll mark 2 coin down on the crew sheet. And I will.
Money!
I will. Yeah.
Okay,
And
go.
stuff.
I will remove the Ulf comes for tea thing. He doesn't need to make his presence known to your family when he's feeling happy in his riches.
He's reassured now.
Okay, so I guess we want to do entanglements.
Someone else can
So your heat is currently on 5. So we're rolling on the same table as last time. So try and avoid getting a 6.
I'm not rolling.
How do you roll for it?
It'll basically just be a fortune roll.
Roll for what is it? Engagement or
How many die?
In this case, you're rolling it equal to your wanted level, which is 0. So
Okay, so 0 die. Input value. It's asking me for an input value.
I don't know what that means.
I'm just going to ignore it and click submit.
Okay,
Didn't
so
get
to take
six.
the lowest. So gang trouble or questioning. So I mean, I believe you guys actually have a gang, don't you? Do you have cohorts? Yeah, I think you have thugs. So
Do
Do we?
yeah, according to, I think you have thugs. I'll have to double
I don't
check.
think we took that.
Or maybe you didn't. No.
We didn't buy any,
No.
if that's
No.
what it is. Yeah,
Okay, no. So it's just questioning then. So so the blue coats are going to grab one of your contacts and question them about your crimes. So who do the blue coats think's the most vulnerable out of your contacts that you've reached out to so far?
The other blue coat.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Luco would be.
Poor blue coat.
I mean, they'd have difficulty getting in touch with either of my contacts.
Yeah. They're probably going to grab your architect, buddy. I mean, he said, you'd put him at risk, and he was at risk. So you can make a fortune roll to see how much they talk. So since it's your contact, Peacock, do you want to make a roll?
So what would
Don't-
that be?
don't
for
fuck
my
this up.
dice?
So it's just a straight up fortune roll. So
So that's 0 dice.
I guess what makes sense for this, fortune rolls are generally based on traits. So, I guess we'll base it on the fact that, you're currently tier 0, so you hasn't necessarily got a lot of clout to be able to, protect your people at the moment. So yeah, we'll roll on 0 dice for now. But if you manage to get up to tier 1, you'd be rolling on 1 dice, for example.
Okay. Let's hope.
Okay, so we take the lowest roll, which is a shame.
By the way, can we resist this?
You can't resist entanglements. They're one of the few things you can't resist. So on that you get an additional 2 heat.
Oh dear.
Where he blabs a bit about what he did. Or you can pay the blue coats off with 2 coin.
That puts us at 0 again.
It'll put you back at 0 coin though. However, you're not in debt to anyone now, which is at least a better position than you were.
What happens when the heat fills up is a question.
So when it gets to the max, you get a wanted level, and the wanted level affects things like a couple of different things, basically. Also, being on max heat puts you onto the maximum level of entanglements you'll deal with, which include things like demons notice you, one of you are arrested, or one of your contacts is straight up flipped and becomes an enemy. They've become an informant. So.
Okay, my reasoning is let's pay them off because we have a lot of things right now to start making product maybe in the near future, and we don't want shit getting messed up right now. We paid off Ulf, we are safe for the second.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, bearing in mind this 8 coin that you've got is made up of the stuff in those crates, so presumably you are shifting this stuff as kind of that coin.
I'd say pay them off.
Yeah.
I was hoping to research some of that, but I guess not.
Yeah. Because otherwise we can do a separate score for you to try and sell some stuff to get coin. It depends on what you want to do. Effectively, the loot you've managed to get is worth about 8 coins worth of loot if you sold it all. So,
all right, we'll pay them off.
I'd say still, yeah.
Pay them off, guys.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's gonna suck, but what can you do?
cool, 0 coin it is. However, You've managed to shift a bunch of stuff. You've got Ulf off your back. You're in a much better position than you were before. So you got that going for you. And your heat isn't as bad as it was. So yeah, you're only on a total of 5 heat now instead of 7. Did I increase your rep? I don't think I did I?
No.
Cool. So your rep is currently 9. So you've only got another 3 rep to go, and then you've unlocked the ability to push yourself up to stronghold again, and really establish yourself in your turf.
All right. So next, what?
Right. So now that we've done that, it's downtime actions.
Right.
So everyone gets to do 2 downtime actions, or they can spend rep and do some more if you want to burn your rep.
All right. Okay. Well, who wants to go first?
I am definitely going to indulge in advice.
Yeah, I'm indulging advice. Yeah, I'm indulging advice as well. And I think I'm going to attempt to reduce our wanted level or heat level. I know I've got to do that thing for the police bloke, but I think unless someone else wants to do heat. No.
How does it work?
So basically, if you want to reduce heat, basically describe how you're going to do it, and we'll roll an action that makes sense. And then, according to the result level, you'll either reduce 1, 2, 3, or 5 heat.
Oh, I may not be the best person to do it then.
You just do charity work. Say, we're not bad people, really.
I guess. Hang on. Okay, I might try it myself. But first, I want to do my vice first. So I want to remove some of my stress.
Okay, yeah. So you basically, there should be a roll for indulge vice button. So.
Yep. Bonus dice. No bonus dice. I'm just going to do a straight up roll. 5.
Cool. So you make
Tasty.
That's cleared things up nicely for you.
By the way, where do you take where's your vice purveyor from?
Well, obligations to my parents. I have to go around and see them and make sure they're all right, and have to.
Keep sure Ulf is staying away.
Yeah. Don't worry, parents. Olaf has now been dealt with.
Ulf.
Yeah.
He'll get it eventually.
Deliberately calling him Olaf just so that his parents don't know it's actually that Ulf Ironborn.
Okay, do you want to do your second action, Jim?
Sure. What can I do?
You could reduce some heat. You could start working on a long-term project. I'm
going to try and reduce some heat.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to do this through trying to change, trying to bluff and basically get the heat off us a bit.
So you're going to just spread some tales about, I saw heard about the crows hitting this thing, or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I mean, that sounds like sway to me. So roll. Yeah, give me a roll on sway then.
Also,
is it risky? Is it controlled? Is it?
I mean, it doesn't really matter for this, but so just to say risky standard. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but the writing for some of the clocks is half
cut off. Yeah.
Cut off.
Oh.
Yeah, you might need to make the size of the clock bigger.
Weird.
At 6.
Nice.
So that reduces your heat by 5, which brings it back down to 0.
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So, who's up next?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay, cool.
Time to indulge the vice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice rolls.
Back down to 3. And then can I do some more research into synthesizing the memory drug?
You can. So, yeah, roll on a trait that you think's relevant to this. So,
I'd say study again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
What position would you say it is?
We'll just go with risky standard by default. I don't think there's anything special about this.
And no bonus dice.
Nope. Cool.
Damn.
So on a 5 for your long-term project, that marks the clock up 2 segments. So yeah, so you're working on studying how to synthesize this memory jog at the moment, and you you starting to make a bit of a breakthrough. You've got a good idea of how to render down spirit essence and extract the memories of the ghosts within into a particular like distilled thing. But you kind of worked out what the process is. Now you just need to work out how to industrialize it so you can actually make like equipment to process this stuff, rather than having to spend ages and ages doing like complicated rituals and alchemical stuff. Cool. So that's done. Right, who's next?
I can go next.
Why'd you go?
So first wise, yes.
Nice.
Okay, so that takes me back to 2. That's okay. Okay, so next I would like to also contribute to the synthesized memory drug. Would it be cool if I use Tinker for this? My reasoning, I'm trying to figure out how to put the memories into a product. You know, I'm trying to figure out, are we going to press pills or make a drink or something?
Yeah, that makes sense. That's good.
The alchemical part.
Yeah. Cool. So on a 4, that's another 2 segments.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nerd girl power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you think you're pretty close. You've you think you settled on. I mean, the spirit essence is already a kind of like a almost like a liquidy gas form. And you think like part of the condensing process is to turn it into like maybe some kind of like a much thicker liquid, or perhaps even turn it into a powder or something that you could potentially press into pills or something like that.
Could turn it into a tab instead.
Yeah.
If we can't make it solid object, turn it into a tab.
Yeah,
Like chewing gum.
Well, like you can.
I think
go
they're
with-
like little bits of paper that are doused in the drug, and you put it on like the underside of your tongue. And
Or potentially like an aerosol, like you spray it into your mouth or something like that.
Cool,
The thing is-
slowly.
inhalers.
Yeah, like
But
a
the thing
little
is, when you think of the setting, what goes through my mind is like a very elaborate hookah where you just like inhale
ghosts.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
inhale the evaporation of the liquid.
Yeah, basically ghost huffing.
Yeah.
Ghosts. Not
We'll
even
get there.
ones. Right. Okay. Cool. So who's next?
Guess there's only J-Wall and me.
Yeah.
J-Wall, you go first.
I will indulge my vice then and hope. Just hope.
Oh, why is that 0 dice?
And why is that 0 dice?
He has 0 in prowess.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's why. Not well rounded
So-
enough. Yeah.
I reduced by 1.
I mean, can he go again?
I can use my second if I want to.
Yeah, you could double indulge in device. Give it a go if you want. Just pop,
I'm going to
pop a
do
binge.
training.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll do training instead. I'll get training and resolve, so I get 2 XP.
Okay. Cool. Right. So it's just Gale left.
Yep. And indulging that vice. Since like my vice purveyor is Madame Thessalin of the Red Lamp brothel in Silkshore, if your vice purveyor is in Silkshore, you supposedly get an extra dice.
Okay. We can go with that.
Which is quite nice. I do say so myself.
Why is he getting extra dice?
She's in Silkshore. That's why.
Indulging in Vice in Silkshore gives you an extra dice, it seems.
Yeah, it's kind of the district of Vice. So
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh, wow. Well, never mind.
I'm so pissed off.
Oh,
Wow. So yeah, you indulge. Yeah.
oh, Jesus.
Can we just clip you saying you indulge, jeez?
we just like need that, so that on the press of a button, anytime someone rolls a 6.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, like,
So
everybody has their own house rules for what happens when you get a crit on advice roll. What's your guidance?
to be honest, I've never come across this situation before, so I've never had to make a decision on it. I mean, it feels wrong to like punish you for like overindulge you or anything. So, I mean, I guess you like maybe you establish like a slightly stronger relationship with your vice purveyor. Like maybe they become a contact you can reach out to for stuff. Like you've made a special connection with them. Like it's like you're my favorite customer. Like
That makes sense.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you can
so-
add them to strange friends, because you can add custom ones in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
so you can mark your purveyor down as a strange friend. So I say that if they're a friend, then if you do overindulge later, and normally they would cut you off, they'll give you a one last chance. But you can also reach out to them as a contact potentially as well now. So
cool.
yeah,
It's really cool.
yeah, cool. And then you've got one more thing to do. So
So like after forgetting the horrors I've done at war,
yeah.
I will train my resolve, since I don't think you can like reduce heat by breaking people's legs.
Yeah, I mean we're at 0 heat now, so
If I can suggest something, I'm sorry if I'm budging into your section.
Sure, go ahead.
We only need 2 sections on the synthesize. Maybe you could like provide equipment for the industrialization, like steal it or grab it from somewhere.
Sure, how do I do that?
I mean you could do I guess you could do the long-term project stuff if like what you're doing is basically I mean, hell, if part of what you need to do is just experiment on people, then to like test your drug out to see whether it's actually working, like as those last 2 segments, like you could use you could basically use your commands, like you'll just like get fucking in here and take this pill, or I'm gonna smash your face in. Like just grab a person off the street and shove a pill down their throat and just watch what happens.
Sure. Controlled or what? I think I'll go for consort instead. I'll go for the. Yeah, you'll try this. This is free.
Yeah, this is some new shit. You're going to be really into it.
Like controlled.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I generally tend to not care too much about the position and stuff when it's for long-term projects, unless you're doing something outrageous. So, yeah, we say controlled standard, sure.
All right. Honest Oh, Jesus Christ, actually failed.
So a 3 on a long-term project is 1 segment. So we're
so close.
So close. Yeah.
Next time.
One segment to go, and you're done. So I guess like final thing we should do is XP for everyone. So shall we go through? Well, shall we do the faction XP first, since we've managed to forget about it last time?
Did we forget about it last time?
Yep.
Yeah. We
Uh-oh. Have you gone? No, you're still moving.
No, I'm still here. Right. So I guess actually no. Why is your crew XP at 9? It should be at 5 from last time, because I think we worked out basically last time it made sense that it was 5.
I think somebody already put on this time. I don't know.
Maybe someone clicked it on, yeah.
Yeah, I may have accidentally put it up myself. But right, so we're starting at 5 because last time you definitely acquired some product supply. You got spirit essence, and you definitely contended with challenges above your situation, and you definitely bolstered your reputation, and you you definitely expressed the sort of the goals you're aiming for and whatnot. And in fact, contending with challenges happened multiple times, so which is why we marked it up to 5. So to start from now, I guess, did you acquire product supply?
Heck yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you got a bunch of stuff. Like it's that you kind of shifted immediately for coin, so that you could pay off Olf. But yeah, you got. But yes, you got some stuff. You contend with challenges above your station.
Yeah.
I mean, hell yeah,
Yeah.
you raided the Red Sashes, who are tier 2. So yeah, you definitely stepped up. Did you bolster your crew's reputation? Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you took your rep. You people know that you hit the Sashes.
Can we get 2 for the challenges because we also contended with the crows?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, they were a minor part of it, but yes, you did manage to escape the crows, and
I mean, they almost killed Magpie.
yeah, I mean, yeah, you almost got seriously hurt, but you managed to avoid it. So sure, yeah, but so we'll mark that as twice. And did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or central nature of the
I
crew?
believe so. We made advances towards.
Our drug, and
Yeah.
got really
First,
bold.
we tried. We got ourselves in a better position. We're not so screwed as we were.
Yeah,
at the
you
beginning
got
of
yourself
last
out from under old thumb. Yeah, totally. So I mean, it sounds like it's another 5 XP,
Nice.
which in that case is a crew advancement, because that brings you all the way up to 10. So I guess pick a new special ability, or what other stuff can you do when you do crew advancement? I forget.
2 upgrade boxes.
Yeah.
Or a special ability.
That's the one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can either go for 2 upgrade boxes. So that's like, so you could add more training abilities to it, or you could increase the security of your lair, which might be a thing you want to do given what happened with the Spirit Wardens, or maybe even make it hidden.
I would say hidden would be an important.
I want to just point out that one of the special abilities is the good stuff, which increases the quality of our product.
Well, we're not producing a product yet, though, are we?
Yeah, but when you do, it will be counted as
really
two above your tier,
That's true.
which means that when you're pushing your stuff on the streets on Red Sassage territory, your stuff is at least as good as theirs is. So it's
And we're just
Ultimately,
one
though,
round
it's
away.
up to boss man. Jay Wolf, the good stuff, or upgrading the hideout?
Well, how soon do we expect to be selling the good stuff?
Literally
think-
after the next round, since we only
Yeah.
have one
Do
slot.
we not need to research how we're going to sell it?
Just one research. So we do a score, we research it, so the session after that we can already move it.
Yeah.
And like the score after that, it could be us trying to sell it in high
Yeah.
society or something.
That's whether that's better than 2 upgrades.
yeah. I mean, there's other special abilities that you may want to be interested. You may be interested in. I mean, potentially you could get a patron, convert one of your elites. I mean, you're not really close to upgrading tier yet, though, so it's a long that would be a long-term investment. But I mean, the other thing you could do is you could buy some cohorts. Actually get a gang of thugs to help start pushing stuff for you and things like that.
The only thing to consider is we will need about 2 to 3 scores until we level up again. So if we don't take the good stuff now, it's going to be a while.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to kind of accelerate you being able to tier up, you
So
want
we'll have
something
to
you can
do
use now.
random scores
so-
in between.
So the good stuff then, is that what we want to take?
I
Or
think
do you
so.
want to
I think so.
secure ourselves?
I think
We can
Take
do
your-
the good stuff.
Okay, cool. The good stuff. Nice. So, I guess we want to do player XP. So I shall start from the order I got it in Roll20. So, in that case, it's Gale. So
Correct.
mark some XP. Let's see. So every time, yeah. So we've done the desperate one. So when you address a challenge through violence or coercion, I'm pretty sure that came up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll argue for 2.
Yeah, I'd say that 2 makes sense for that. You express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. Yeah, I'd say so. You
Questions
been-
1 and 2.
I'd say it's probably 1.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see. And you struggled with issues from your vice or traumas. Well, if anything, you benefited from your vice, and you don't have any traumas. So I think you're probably fine.
Sure.
Cool. Right. So next up in the list is Bloodcrow.
Okay, so desperate action for the crate moving. About background, I've written down hanging out at a previously known bar in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the address your challenge with technical skill or mayhem, I've got the stun rod, which was one of my inventions.
Yeah, you assisted with the stun rods and with the light.
And the light is the
Yeah.
second one I got. And I wanted to ask, would the using of a tranquilizer dart gun also count for this?
Yes, but you only get to mark up to 2 XP if you use things multiple times. So
Okay, so 2.
yes, cool, makes sense.
Right.
The desperate stuff, have you marked that in the relevant? Because that doesn't go in your playbook advancement. That goes in the action that's relevant, the attribute for the action that it was taken.
Oh, okay. I'll look that up and type it in there.
Okay, cool. Right. So next up, we've got Raven.
Yep. I've already put in the desperate one that I did.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Addressing a challenge with knowledge or arcane power. The knowledge. You think I used knowledge to identify the liquid that was in the bottles?
Yeah, and you used it to try and identify the runes.
And that as
use
well,
the academics for that.
So would that be 2?
Yeah, I'd say 2.
And would you say it's background that I got the map from doing the research into the waterways?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of leverage your background again for all of that stuff. So, I would say, yeah, you express your background, with your academic studies.
So how many would you say that is in total?
I mean, since there's a bit of overlap with the other one, maybe say 1, unless you want to pitch it. I mean, do you think it's worth 2? It's up to you.
Oh, as in 1 overall, or just 1 for that action?
No, 2 for that thing. Like, do you think it's worth 2 for like what you did in your background, even though some of it overlaps with just the challenge, the knowledge challenges? I mean, do you feel like the overlap means that you probably didn't do as much with, or do you think it doesn't count? And they're both equally valid.
I feel like they're both equally valid.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Would that be 3 in total then? 2 points from the challenging with knowledge and 1 from the background.
Yep. Yeah, we can go with that. And did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
I don't have any of those yet, so I would say no.
No. Okay, good. And so now we've got Magpie.
Right, I've marked all the XP for the desperate rolls that we did.
Cool. So, did you address the challenge with stealth or evasion? I mean,
Quite a lot.
definitely.
All the
Yes.
time.
I'd say that's definitely worth 2 XP. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
What's my beliefs?
Well, you tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I guess being quiet, not trying to make too much noise, which I'd say we did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've really established any kind of strong kind of personal beliefs for your character yet necessarily. So we'll
I mean,
we'll leave
do
that.
you like your family? If that's like a thing you believe in, that you should protect your family could mark it once there, since you did take care of Orv.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we did pay off Olaf. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that it was two. I feel like the way that you chose to comport yourself was like very much made the way the characters saw the world very apparent.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like the way you acted made the way your character sees the world kind of shine forth.
Yeah, I mean, like especially the scene where you decided to not wait for Gale to get up there. And you said like, no, we're just shooting this. Like, you know, I think like that. You know, you clearly had things that you cared about, which was not letting this turn into a media bloodbath.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I would say that definitely, yeah. So we'll say 2 for that as well. And then, did you struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas? Well, you don't have any traumas, and you didn't really struggle from your vice per se. Like nothing bad happened from it. So cool. That's that.
Fuck, I'm 1 away. Shit.
Yeah. Right, and then it's Peacock last of all.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you done all your desperate already? Yeah. So, did you address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
No.
Not so much. I mean, you kind of planned ahead with the whole reaching out to your architect friend, but I wouldn't necessarily. It wasn't necessarily conspiring. It was.
Probably come into my background, if anything.
Yeah. In fact, it would probably come into your background because you know him through your noble background. So, we'll mark 1 off for the background at least. Anything else from your beliefs, drives, or heritage that you think came into the fore?
I don't think there was, to be honest.
Fair enough. And I don't think there was really any struggles with vice or trauma.
No.
Cool. So just
apart
the 1.
From I apparently don't indulge very well.
Yeah, you're a little bit too nervous about overindulging. So, cool. Well, that's it then. That's all the XP done. On the whole, school went pretty well. You got yourselves, you got yourselves back in the, back in the black. It's, you're no longer got people who you owe lots of money to. There's probably going to, you're definitely going to have adjusted some of the factions' opinions of you.
Hopefully someone likes us.
Yeah. I mean, the crows are not your friends already, but you're not going to push them that far. I mean, to be honest, you kind of knocked over one of the people they're fighting with. So it kind of leaves them as a zero-sum game, really. But the Red Sashes are certainly not going to be your best friends anytime soon. So they're...
Is there anyone who hates the Red Sashes?
There are definitely people who do not like the Red Sashes.
The gondoliers,
the Lamp Blacks are not a friend of them.
And we did make it known it was us.
They're at war with them as well, I think, from what I read.
Yeah, they're going to war. Yeah.
The boat that they had, was that a gondolier boat?
It wasn't necessarily owned by the gondoliers, but it was a gondolier. Yeah,
we could give it back to them.
I was going to suggest, you could flash back, I just handed it back to you and be like, look, is this your boat?
There's a gift.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Stolen from you and we've returned it.
We didn't count the boat as any of the coin you got.
Mm-hmm.
So if you were going to trade the boat off, we'd probably say that's worth another 2 coin, or you could keep it.
Or could we do it as rep instead?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just give it to the gondoliers and say,
here's a thing.
Yeah, kind of as a favor, and we can +1 your faction with them.
Time for that.
+1 sounds good. Also, I would kind of argue, again, I'm going to rules lawyer a little bit. I would kind of argue that the Red Sashes wouldn't really care that much about what we did because of the violence that we managed to get between the Red Sashes and the
Yeah, the heat of what we did probably got overridden by the fact that the crows were assaulting them.
That's true. Actually, that muddied the waters definitely. So
People
Well-
probably died.
From the crows.
Yeah, we just nicked a little. We just nicked a little bit of their loot, whereas the crows probably slaughtered loads of their men.
yeah,
And put one of their guys on a coma.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
they-
definitely wasn't us.
Two of their guys in a coma. Thank you.
yeah.
Definitely
Put
wasn't
their guys
us.
in a coma.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. So if anything, they hate each other like like way more than they did before. So
I mean, you never know. We may actually have got so rather than being -2 to the crows, we may even got a plus, like down to a -1 with the crows potentially, if we hit their enemy.
Well, no,
Don't know
because
if that-
they'll be pissed off that we've put all of the heat onto them.
Yeah.
No,
They-
but it wasn't the enemy
I
at
mean,
that time. And they
crows
were
know
kind
we
of
were there,
trying to
though.
screw us up. They
Yeah,
just
true.
didn't
All right. Yeah,
manage
don't
to
worry.
do that.
Ignore that.
So, yeah.
cool. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what makes sense. I would say that the blue coats are probably slightly happier with you guys than they were before. They do not like the red sashes.
Oh.
Like a blue coat turned you onto them, so they know it was you. Like even before you went on the mission, and also you kind of screwed them over. So, I mean, the blue coats are probably reasonably pleased with they know you orchestrated this, even if the crows are getting some of the rep for it. They know that it was because of you because they pointed you right out. So, I would say that you were on, yeah. So you've got some clout with the blue coats. I mean, they're the blue coats, so they are not nice people, and they certainly aren't particularly great with criminals. But they are, you've done them a favor, and if you pull through for that contact of yours as well, in regards to making silencing Ulf, at least temporarily, then you'll probably definitely get on one side. So.
I mean, have we done that now that we've paid him? Was that appeased him?
No, that's appeased him for the money you owed him.
Yeah,
That's,
this
that's
is what the blue coats asked me
yeah.
to do. Basically, try
Yeah.
and have a word with him to stop him from constantly fucking causing all these
Causing an
fights.
uprising.
yeah. He's been causing a lot of. He's basically pissing off everyone left, right, and centre in the Cobwidge.
Us
And
giving
so-
him money is probably just pissing the blue coats even off.
Yeah, if anything, giving him money is now is added fuel to the fire. So, because now he's got means to do things that he didn't before. But
Guess next session we could potentially take Olaf out of the picture.
Like an assassination.
I mean, you could do, yeah.
Or take
Maybe.
him under I mean, I don't know what level he is, but take him under our wings, bring him into our gang.
He's tier 2, I think, isn't he?
I think he's tier 1.
Oh, he might be tier 1, yeah. How big's his gang?
I mean, with at tier 1, his gang is like less than 10 people. So, yeah, it's not a huge gang. It's
We could theoretically take him down.
We could even set something up so that one of his enemies could take him down, but we have a hand in arranging it to be set up. So, meet us here, Olaf. Oh, suddenly he's dead.
Yeah. What I was thinking was just using his gang as test subjects for the drug.
Get them all addicted, yeah?
Yeah. See if any of them dies.
yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we can figure out what score you're going to go on next week.
Hmm?
Yep. So,
Lots of possibilities. Yeah, that's
are we
it.
done?
think
We're done.
Alright,
We're rolling up.
Alright, I guess it's time for shout outs and then we can crack on. Right, Dark Liquid, give yourself a little shout out. Where can people find you?
So on Twitter, you can find me just Dark Liquid. Otherwise, I've got a blog where I occasionally complain about things. At darkliquid.co.uk. You can also find some of the stuff I've published for other role-playing games like Numenera on Joy Through RPG under Dark Liquid Games,
I've got some stuff here. Hang on, do I have...
such as Rusthaven.
Yeah, I'll have to fix this so that I can fix it all. But let me just post this in here. That's his blog and stuff. There we go. So yeah, give him a follow on that post. On the blog, I mean. Next, Fox.
I occasionally stream. I'm going to be streaming more when I go back to university, and you can follow me at Fox Grifles, which you can just see below my character name. Yeah, I've not done a stream for a while, but hopefully going to be starting streaming again in the next couple of months, and it's mostly variety stuff, but occasionally I do some ARC roleplay stuff.
Okay, J-Wall.
I am Jail. I also haven't streamed much recently. I will work on improving that when I'm back from the Netherlands in I'm going out Wednesday. I'll be back on the 21st, so be working on that. So I probably won't be here for next session. I think everyone else might be. Michelle might not be. I think everyone else. No, Alexis might not be.
Yeah, I'm not here next week.
Okay. But yeah, I stream sometimes. Go follow me, Twitter, Twitch, etc. If you want to.
Kiso.
Well, I'm Kiso again, and you can find me at Maximalian V. It's right here, down here, I guess. And this is the only stream thing I've ever done, or video thing, so not a lot of content. I intend to put some soon, but soon. Next one.
And Alexis.
You can get hold of me on Twitter under @GameSeizure if you want to have me in your game or have me GM or something. Currently, the RPG Lab's having a little bit of a break. Tesla's got a vacation, so we're only going to run occasional one-shots, depending on his availability. So that'll be in like 2 weeks' time when we start up again. We have things lined up like Call of Cthulhu, and I'll be back in Numenera as well. But for now, we're having a little bit of a summer break.
Wow, vacation.
Hmm.
I believe he is in Menorca.
Yep.
Nice.
Soaking in that Spanish sun.
Oh, I can't. Is it RPG Labs all one word, or is there an underscore?
The RPG Lab.
It's together.
What? What is it,
One
J-Wall?
word. The RPG Lab.
The RPG Lab.
Yeah.
Was it Tesla? Is it Tesla on Twitch?
His Twitch is the RPG Lab.
That, yeah?
Mhm.
Without an S.
Close enough.
That one.
There you go, you got it.
Alright, brilliant. Okay, also guys, don't forget to check out our Discord, all the social media stuff that we have. Our Discord, that is the People That Games Discord, where you'll find us all. Check out Twitter if you want to keep up to date and see when things go onto YouTube and things like that. Occasionally check out my Facebook as well, because I do post some things there, mainly because I understand Facebook more than Twitter. And then check out my YouTube and give us a subscribe to that. That's where all these vlogs get uploaded to. But other than that, I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out and watching. I'd like to thank everyone for participating in the game, and I strongly would like to thank Monty for running it, because it was been a blast.
Yes, thank you, Monty.
Yes, thank you, Monty.
But other than that,
Welcome.
We can't forget the most important thing, though.
what's that? Hashtag
Hashtag
Danger
Danger Wank.
Hashtag Danger Wank. Yep.
Thanks, Angela.
Okay, let's not overindulge in Danger Wank.
Yes.
That's all wise.
Yeah, that's a particular voice you do not want to overindulge in.
You know what?
Like me.
If I lose this character, that's going to be my next character's voice.
Who was it? who was the musician who died by, like, he had a belt around his neck and it was attached to a cupboard door, and it wasn't Manic Street Preachers, it was Joy Division, was it? Or people who were
Why do you know this?
Because I think the DJ was telling me it when I was driving him home. I think it's what was Joy Division before? What was Joy Division before? Is it Joy Division? Or is it Joy Division? I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter.
You don't see me shaking my head in disbelief.
I can't remember. But anyway, we will see you YouTube later. Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Bye.